It is another beautiful night for Philippine basketball, folks, as we give you your continuing coverage of the Mpbl's 5th season. Ito po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, coming to you live from the Nueva Ecija Coliseum, the home of your Mpbl 4th season champions, the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. And today, they will take on All-Star and 3-point king of the Mpbl, Orlan Wamar, who obviously will be teaming up as well with Adrian Noco, who got drafted, by the way. Congratulations to him. He was also selected in the North All-Stars. Teaming up with this guy, Will Macaloni, the leading scorer of Nueva Ecija in this season. But then again, the Rice Vanguards are coming off of a loss. So the question for Coach Gerson Cabildes, how can he bounce back today in our rematch of last year's North Division Finals? This is Nueva Ecija versus San Juan. Thank you so much for joining us, folks. This is Mix Gomez at your service alongside Abby Palanya and Mika Abesanos. Now, Abby, these two teams are coming off of losses. Alam naman natin that it hasn't been the same for Nueva Ecija in this season. San Juan almost defeated Muntinlupa in the previous outing, and then they fell short. And so where do you stand right now with these two squads? Who do you think is the favorite?
It's going to be a dogfight for sure, Mix. There's no clear-cut favorite right now, but I think itong Nueva Ecija, being this their home court play dito today, I think they will have a slight advantage in terms of that. But definitely, it's going to be anybody's ball game here as both squads look to bounce back with a victory here today.
Now, we do thank you for joining us live on MPTV Channel 98 on Signal TV, and also in our live streams on Facebook and on YouTube. Now, let's talk about the previous game of the San Juan Knights. It was actually supposed to be a comeback victory for Coach Randy Alcantara, Orlan Wamar and company. But as I mentioned, they fell short against Ian Melencio and the rest of Muntinlupa.
They have now lost 3 of their last 4 games, talking about the San Juan Knights. It was a slow start para sa kanila, but they were able to slowly chip away at the lead. And in that fourth quarter, that is where their big run culminated. They outscored Muntinlupa 35-23, but really fell short in the end game, just like Mix mentioned earlier. And itong San Juan, they cannot afford anymore to have slow starts, especially against a good defensive team like the Muntinlupa. Cagers coach Alvin Morate is really preparing well for San Juan here in this game. As you look at the numbers here, only allowing the Knights to shoot 39.5% from the field. They out-rebounded them 47-39. Even though Muntinlupa committed 26 turnovers in that one, it was overcompensated by the fact that San Juan wasn't able to shoot well from the field. And they also dominated the Knights in the rebounding department, 67-51.
Well, obviously, the press of San Juan was very effective against the Cagers. But then again, Ian Melencio hit 2 game-winning free throws to seal the deal for the Cagers. Now, let's talk about the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. The last time that we saw them, it was the rematch of last year's finals in Zamboanga. And Javi, what happened in that game?
And just like we all expected, Mix, the first game back from our FIBA World Cup break, very competitive ball game that we had here at the Mayor Vitaliano Agan Coliseum. 11 ties, 9 lead changes in this game. No team led by more than 6 points in this match, but in the end, it was the Zamboanga Family's brand Sardines that had more composure. King Caralipio was able to hit the crucial 3-point shots. Judel Fuentes was able to get crucial free throws as well in the end game. As you look at the numbers there, even if Nueva Ecija was able to shoot a better clip from the field, the free throws for Zamboanga, look at that, 31 attempts, they shot 22 from those 31. And out-rebounding Nueva Ecija, Rice Vanguards have proven to be one of the top rebounding squads ever since last season. That has been one of their trademarks para kay Coach Gerson Cabildes. But for Zamboanga to out-rebound them, that was one of the good things that came out of that match. That's why they were able to beat Nueva Ecija in that game.
Now, to your point, Nueva Ecija is supposedly number 2 in the league in rebounding, just behind the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. And that was definitely a department that took a lot of note mula kay Coach Gerson Cabildes. Sabi nga ni Michael Wico sa atin, bakbakan talaga yung naging training sessions nila this past week. Now we have our player matchup. It's Michael Wico going up against Orlan Wamar. 2 All-Stars here in the Mpbl. 1 from the previous seasons and 1 from this current season.
Yeah, 2 players who play in different positions but obviously give the same type of intensity when they're on the floor. Both important cogs of their team's respective rotations. Guys who love to play defense and guys who love to attack the basket. The difference only is Orlan Wamar is able to really orchestrate the offense because he plays the point guard spot para sa San Juan Knights, while Michael Wico, he really brings the intensity para kay Coach Jerson Cabiltes, and he will have to work double time here in this game to try and lead his squad in bouncing back here in this game against San Juan.
These two players have seen each other a lot of times already in the MPBL. Let's see how different tonight will be as Orlan Mamar and Michael Wico are now with Mika Abisabis.
I am with two of the most important factors of this ball game, Orlan Wamar and Michael Wico. Orlan, alam ko natalo kayo sa Nueva Ecija last season sa North Finals, no? Maaga pa ngayon, pero alam ko gusto nyo nang bumawi. Anong gusto mo sabihin kay Michael Wico?
Coming from this game, excited naman kami. Every game na makakalaban namin sila, madami kaming natututunan. Kaya masasabi ko lang kay Kuya, good luck.
Maraming salamat, Orlan Wamar. Mike, alam ko galing kayo sa isang masakit na talo sa Zamboanga, no? Pero nakikita mo naman dito, lahat ng Novo Ecijano nandito pa rin para suportahan kayo. Anong gusto mo sabihin sa kanila?
Unang-una, pinapasalamatan ko lahat ng mga Novo Ecijano. Pinapangako namin sa inyo na dahil nandiyan kayo lagi, babalik namin yung kampiyonato sa Nueva Ecija.
Big words from Michael Wico. Nueva Ecija versus San Juan. Richard Tampos, let's do this.
The battle of the champions here at the Nueva Ecija Coliseum as we bring you the 2023 OK Bet Manny Pacquiao's Mpbl Season 5 presented by Extreme. San Juan Knights versus your Nueva Ecija Rise Vanguards. Live on the Mpbl FB page, YouTube channel, MPTV Signal Channel 98, and will be shown on 1PH. This is the 2023 OK Bet Manny Pacquiao's Mpbl Season 5. Here are the starting lineups, beginning with the Mpbl Season 2 Tattoo Cup champions, San Juan Knights. Playing center number 26, Kevin Villafranca. At forward number 24, Nico Panganiban. Starting at guard number 10, Adrian Nokum. Power forward number 2, Mike Calisan. And at point guard number 5, the 2023 Mpbl All-Star 3-point champion, Orlan Wamar Jr. So the One Knights is led by the team owner, Honorable Senator Jingoy Estrada, with Randy Alcantara, Yon Garcia, and Nani Bondulan, coaching consultant Philip Cesar, team manager Jun Usman, co-team owner Jeremy Go. The Mpbl defending champions, your Nueva Ecija Rise Vanguards. Power forward number 23, Jay Collado. At guard number 24, Joshua Pontanilla. Playing center number 28, the Komodo Dragon, Michael Mabulak. Starting at guard number 29, Senor Explosivo, Mike Huico. And at forward number 51, Big Bang Toto, Byron Villarias. Nueva Ecija Rise of Vanguards. Head coach is Jerson Cabiltes. Assistant coaches Noy Catalan, Florian Pineda, Arnold Oliveros, Joseph Gion, and Harold Nang. Team coordinator Dan Sabier, assistant team manager Raymond Dizon, team manager Ivan Cuevas, team owners Ms. Ryan May Cuevas, and Mr.
Here we go, folks. The starters for San Juan and Nueva Ecija. We have 3-point king Orlan Wamar, joined by Adrian Docum, Kevin Villafranca, Nico Panganiban, and Mike Calisan. As for our defending champions, we have Michael Wico, Joshua Fontanilla, Michael Mabulak, Byron Villarias, and Jay Collado. Thank you so much for joining us, folks. This is Mix Gomez at your service alongside Javi Palanya and Mika Abisabis in the rematch of last year's North Division Finals between Nueva Ecija and San Juan. Obviously, a lot has changed already here in the 5th season of the MPBL. San Juan is coming in with a record of 19 wins and 6 losses. Nueva Ecija, 21-5. The more important thing about this matchup is the fact that this could be a battle for home court advantage come round 2 of the North Division playoffs.
Yeah, that's correct. And you know, we've seen these teams have furious battles on the court simula last year. But gaya na sinabi mo kanina, a lot has changed already. Both teams already having different players in their rotation. Obviously, San Juan last year during the regular season still had guys like Maki Acosta in their lineup. Different makeup this year para sa kanila. Much more faster, much more mobile front line going up against the defending champs here today. So let's see what adjustments Coach Randy Alcantara has made in this game to counter Nueva Ecija, who is also looking to bounce back.
We have 4 on the shot clock for Michael Wico. The kick out. Fontanilla for 3. Short. Rebound Kalisaan.
Joshua Fontanilla has been described as the heir apparent to the throne left by Hesit Gabo at the start of the season when he signed with the NLEX Road Warriors. But still, Fontanilla has failed to realize that true potential at di pa rin niya mailabas yung laro na hinihingi sa kanya ni Coach Jerson Cabiltes. So obviously, it's gonna take time. That's what happened with Hesit Gabo. You know, he had to really work for the success that he produced for Nueva Ecija last year all the way to the championship. You know, he really had to learn the system and take it to heart, becoming second nature to him. That's why he was able to lead the Rice Vanguards to the cup last year.
But then again, do they have enough time left? Because right now we're approaching the playoffs as Michael Wico converts with the first basket in this ball game.
And also one thing that has happened this year, Migs, outside of these two teams, a lot of the other squads have also beefed up their rosters.
Joshua Fontanilla got the steal and the layup as well. 5-0 start now in favor of Nueva Ecija. Ball out of bounds here in favor of San Juan.
This is the Nueva Ecija that we've come to know. Getting out of the gates, outscoring their opponent right away. 7-0 here to 5-0 rather to open up the quarter. You saw that curious look on the face of Coach Jerson Cabiltes at the start, right before tip-off, and he really is hell-bent on wanting to get this victory here today.
Obviously, a lot of people have been questioning as well as to the safety of the job of Coach Jerson Cabiltes. Folks, I hope you understand just how good this guy is in the Mpbl. He has come a long way, and the trust that he has built alongside Sir Bong Cuevas is already on a very deep level that cannot be tested with 5 losses. They still have a playoff run to handle, and we have witnessed it numerous times already in the Mpbl before. Hindi naman porkit number 1 seed yun ang magcha-champion.
That's correct. And you know, with the way things happened last year, they swept the regular season at natalo pa nga sila during the playoffs, right? They lost to San Juan in the North Finals. They lost to Zamboanga in the National Championship. Kung titingnan mo ngayon, you see Sir Bong Cuevas right there on your screens. Kung titingnan mo ngayon yung nangyari sa kanila, I think, you know, in my personal opinion, and I'm not sure if Coach Jerson will agree to this, but in my personal opinion, mas okay na ngayon sila natatalo. You know, for them to be able to recognize what should be fixed. Heading into the postseason, you should be able to acknowledge those mistakes and already fix it. Mas mabuti na magkamali kayo ngayon.
And speaking of fixing, the referees, by the way, just reviewed the previous call on the out-of-bounds sequence. There seems to be some clarification, but we'll take this time to listen in to Mika Abesamis.
If I tell you my whole conversation with Coach Jerson Cabiltes, this might turn out as a novel, so I will cut it to this. First and foremost, they will not allow themselves to be out-rebounded by 18 points ever again. Against Pampanga, who is number 1 in rebounding, they were just out-rebounded by 3 to 4. Second, I asked about the continuous work on their backcourt, and he said he has talked to the boys in an emotional open forum that they need to start orchestrating, feeding the right people at the right moment. But he said, Mika, ngayon every game is just really a tryout. So, sa dulo, tinanong ko, Coach, with all honesty, confident ka pa ba sa players mo? Ang sagot niya, we will win back-to-back championships. Whew, Migs, Javi.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is what we would like to call a courtside report. Thank you so much, Mika Abesamis. And boy, we will hold on to that quote until the very end of the playoffs. Now, obviously, Nueva Ecija has a lot to prove, but you have to admire the confidence of Coach Jerson Cabiltes. Yes, rebounding was such a big issue. I asked Michael Wico the same thing, and he said rebounding and effort placed na ang kanilang pagkukulang. Last year, we gave a big nod to Nueva Ecija because they poured their hearts out on the floor.
Yeah, that's right. They led a lot of the departments last year, rebounding one of them. This year, they're only leading in assists, but obviously they're still second in rebounding. But the defense was much more better last year para sa Nueva Ecija Rise Vanguards. But that is only because they were much more invincible last year because of the way they towered over all of the competition. Other teams' lineups were not as stacked as they are this year. That's why Nueva Ecija has had to deal with this reality by incurring these losses and learning how to be able to deal with them heading into the most important part of the season. And I'm sure the process continues for Coach Jerson Cabiltes and his boys. And this is exactly where you sharpen iron in the tough moments where you incur losses. This is where champions are made.
By the way, folks, there seems to be a problem with the time on the court, so we'll take a short break. We'll be back after we fix it. We thank you for your patience, folks, as we just had to fix the time here inside the Nueva Ecija Coliseum. But in terms of the possession, San Juan will have it. It's a baseline inbound for Orlan Mamar. The score is 5-0. 2 minutes gone by in the opening frame. Let's see how San Juan can recover here. Adrian Nocom, the all-star, going to Michael Calisaan, and that's a walk.
Already had 2 feet stepped in when he received the basketball. That's why he didn't have any more extra step to jab after he went off the bounce. As you see, Senator Jinggoy Estrada in attendance here for the San Juan Knights.
It's hard to not notice him at all. That's a very beautiful shirt, sir. So may Senator Jinggoy sa kanan, merong Sir Bong Cueva sa kaliwa. 5-0 as we mentioned. Here comes Michael Wico. And that's a charge on Jay Collado.
Moving screen as he tried to free up Byron Villarias with a flare. Let's see how often Nueva Ecija will try to set up Villarias, who we know has been in a very, very long slump for the Rice Vanguards. The last time, if my memory serves me right, that he was able to play well and shoot the basketball was against Caloocan. That was already over a month ago.
That happened in Caloocan, no?
Yeah, that's right.
There were some blitzes, like the game versus Bacoor and the one in Bulacan. As we bring you this epic move of the game in partnership with OK Bet Together, we win Nico Panganiban, a former All-Star himself, delivering with 2 points inside, and he has a chance to complete the 3-point play. Just couldn't do so. Ball rebounded by Michael Wico. And again, rebounding is going to be key for Nueva Ecija. They're number 2 in the league in that category. But in their previous outing, they were out-rebounded by 18 by Zamboanga. Byron from the corner. No good. The slump continues. Pass inside. Michael Wico backs that ball in.
Very tough angle to work with there in the baseline para kay Michael Wico. That's his athleticism for you. The ability to knock it down despite the difficult position. And then Nueva Ecija coming up with another turnover here against San Juan.
Michael Wico, even though he's also up there in terms of age, he's not necessarily a youngster anymore here in the Mpbl. His hard work has never lessened in this league. It's been needed by Nueva Ecija as their second leading scorer in the season. Nocom got the steal. Adrian Nocom with the bounce. To the 3-point king, Orlan Mamar from downtown.
Earning accolades like this throughout your career will only increase your confidence. And, you know, believe me, a guy like Orlan Mamar, this guy is never short on that.
By the way, that was ruled as a 2-pointer. The ball bounced off of the foot of Nico Panganiban, who was trying to cover this guy, Michael Wico.
This is actually a very interesting matchup. You know, a young guy here in the league, up-and-coming star. Ito si Nico Panganiban against one of, you could say, one of the Mpbl greats, Michael Wico.
Byron Villarias. Now that's definitely a good sign for Byron, his first 3-pointer in this game.
And not a good sign for the San Juan Knights. 1, they left him wide open. 2, he was able to knock it down. And that might just start a streak of shooting here for Mr. Villarias as Villafranca answers back.
But to your point, Byron Villarias is the streakiest among the streaky shooters that we have. Umaabot sa buwan ang kanyang struggles, and sometimes also the good things for or the good momentum for Byron himself. Nico Panganiban in trouble, getting bumped inside. You know, I asked Orlan Mamar, as this 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One Stop Shop Appliances. Byron, our reigning finals MVP, connecting on his first 3. I was talking to Orlan Mamar, asking him, pang ilang beses yun ang katapat ng Nueva Ecija? But obviously, your lineup has changed drastically. And so what's the biggest difference to you as Panganiban scores inside? And he said, it's actually pretty basic. Mas bata yung lineup namin. Which brings up the question, will they show up against these veterans of Nueva Ecija?
And does he think that they have the advantage because of that? Other people would say yes, other people would say no. You know, Nueva Ecija, this team is already a very proven lineup. While itong San Juan, they're still trying to really see if this makeup of their current roster will have what it takes to go deep and then maybe contend for the championship this year.
Nice pass by Adrian Nocum finding Michael Calisan. You think San Juan has now slowed down already in this game?
Yeah, somehow, they've adjusted. The nerves have calmed down. Obviously, playing here has always been a very difficult situation para sa kanila. One of the best crowds that we have in the Mpbl here at the Nueva Ecija Coliseum.
But remember, last year, the first close game that we witnessed in the Nueva Ecija Coliseum was that San Juan versus Nueva Ecija regular season game, as you get to see that two-pointer by Michael Calisan.
Yeah,
and the first loss of Nueva Ecija came in this venue as well.
That's correct, Mix. We covered both of those games, I believe. In that regular season game, if you remember, it was San Juan who was in control almost until the third quarter, and then there was a lull in the action. I think Coach Jerson Cabiltes was thrown out in that game, or maybe he had a technical, and that's what awakened Nueva Ecija in that match. They went on a big run and eventually got control and got the victory.
That was a different time, by the way, as Michael Rico tries to beat the clock. He couldn't do so. Rebound, Adrian Nocum. Nocum lost the ball, but there's the recovery. Panganiban for three, short. Nico got his own board. There's the drive. Turnover. Pamboy is running. Raimundo to Macaloni. One more pass. Michael Wico with the finish.
I do think many people still don't realize how important Pamboy Raimundo could be to this Nueva Ecija team come playoff time. His experience, his playmaking, his shot making, and the way that he's just able to lead. The only problem with Pamboy, which I'm pretty sure is the reason why Coach Jerson Cabiltes hasn't been utilizing him a lot, is because of his inability to keep up defensively with the other guards.
And as we know, Nueva Ecija stresses a lot on its defense, as Macaloni got fouled on his spin. Foul was on Michael Calisan. See what happened. Orlan Omar just able to lose Pamboy Raimundo. We were just talking about his defense, and Orlan Omar recognizing that perfectly, following the basket by Michael Wico on the fast break. Marvin Taiwan is now in the game. He's been an X-factor for seasons already for San Juan off the bench. That's a loose ball foul on Will.
Villafranca might have rolled his ankle after that push by Macaloni, but it seems he's just gonna try and shake it off.
Yeah.
And he knows the magnitude of this game, and he is definitely an important piece here for San Juan, especially with this veteran front line that they're facing. They will need all hands on deck.
Ooh, that's just unfortunate for Renz Palma and Nueva Ecija. Calisan on the recovery. No basket, turnover. Palma back at it again. There's the bounce, counter steal. The pace picking up right now. 2 minutes and 40, Villafranca. They go to Panganiban, height advantage against Roy Sumang. There's the screen, there's the roll. Calisan taking his time, kick out. Marvin Taiwan for three, short. Rebound Pamboy.
Taiwan has had a history of great games here in this very venue, so you should also be very wary of his capabilities here tonight.
Pick and roll on the other end. Macaloni with one last pass. Unfortunately, it was too strong for Renz Palma.
And one thing I believe that Nueva Ecija hasn't been very successful at this season is those interior passes mix. I think a lot of the teams have been able to figure out how to defend the post play and eventually leaving it for the other bigs inside. That's why Nueva Ecija has struggled in a lot of their games, a lot of close defeats, a lot of wins wherein they had to come from behind.
Well, Nueva Ecija, in terms of their passing, they're number one in the league in that category, averaging 26 times per ball game. And there was a foul on the closeout to Villafranca's jumper. You were just talking about his importance. This was actually a rare start for him, because usually it's Reed Ugsang who begins for San Juan.
Last game it was Zach Wang who started in his place, but I don't think Zach will be in uniform today for the Knights. I don't see him right now on the bench. Maybe we can get an update later on from Mika why he's not suited up for tonight.
And so Kevin will proceed to the stripe. The former player of Valenzuela. He has shown us his range for 2 seasons already. First one is good for Kev. With the absence of Zach Wang. And do you actually see Reeb Uksang on the bench?
Yeah, that's right. I don't think he's on the bench as well. Medyo malabo na rin kasi paningin ko, Mix.
Okay. Medyo malayo-layo. He's sitting near Pat Salenga, our photographer. But then again, usually yung mga nakaupo dyan naka-street clothes. So he might be inactive for today. As Taiwan is on the run again. There's the feed. Villafranca will score.
He's definitely returning the trust that he's been given here. Ito si Kevin Villafranca. Quality minutes early on.
Here's Nueva Ecija trying to break that zone of San Juan. Bomboy for 3. Bombs away.
Defensively, you may question his abilities, but on the offensive side, Bamboy Raimundo has always been a thorn.
17-15. A minute and change in the opening quarter. Here's William Bing. One of the best dunkers of the Mpbl. No good on the pull-up. Forward pass. Roy Sumang to Bobby B. On the layup.
Good thing Palma and Balocanag were able to communicate well who was going to receive that pass from Roy Sumang. Excellent heads-up play by Mr. Sumang.
17 all. 34 seconds in the opening quarter. Marvin Taiwan was fouled. That's 2 free throws for Marvin. Foul was on Renz Palma as Joseph Ubalde checks in for San Juan. There you see just how depleted the big man rotation is for Coach Randy Alcantara.
Usually Jeff Tahonera is the next one off the bench para kay Coach Randy Alcantara. This is an interesting substitution. This might be just quick time on the floor for Joseph Ubalde. Let's see, 30.3 seconds left here in the first quarter. This may be just to give a little rest.
Here's Marvin Taiwan on the second free throw. That is good, 19-17. Pamboy working with Roy Sumang. There's Will Macaloni. Up top, back to Roy, to the right now. Palma will drive and kick. Raimundo fakes, then on the shot clock. Roy Sumang, his turn. Nice passing by Nueva Ecija. One more feed, Pamboy. That was short, 6 seconds remaining. Numbers for San Juan. There's the bounce. One more. Ubalde could not control that ball. Then he recovers at the last second.
Magical shot right there to close out the quarter para kay Joseph Ubalde. Did not expect that he would create an impact for the Knights, but you'll take it if you're Coach Randy Alcantara.
Let's see what happened here on the scramble. A lot of people might have expected a turnover from Joseph Ubalde, but then he caught the ball off of his own mistake. It was a bit of a self-alley-oop. And San Juan will gladly take those 2 points. After starting slow, by the way, in this game, they have surely recovered.
Yeah, that's correct. Well, you know, San Juan is not gonna take this game lightly, and hindi sila papayag na Nueva Ecija will run over them here in today's ball game because this is an important game for both teams.
21-17 after 1.
back at the Nueva Ecija Coliseum for your OK Bet Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Kung ang Nueva Ecija out-rebounded by Zamboanga, free throws naman ang naging problema ng San Juan against Muntinlupa. So Coach Randy Alcantara dedicated a whole practice just for free throws. So tignan natin kung mag-i-improve ba yan. In terms of this game, Zach Juan will not be playing, natanong mo nga Javi kanina, because of his glutes. But Coach Randy is confident the Knights would match up well against the defending champs, with of course the good news of still having Nokum with Wamar as his court general. Makes Javi?
There you have it. Obviously, the big man rotation has been a concern in this matchup. Reeve Ubsang is also in street clothes, by the way, and so Joseph Ubalde begins the second frame after most of the first was played by Kevin Villafranca. Boy, what a rejection that was by Will Macaloni.
Yes, they are depleted, but that doesn't mean that they are short in talent.
Nice
right
block.
there, William Macaloni showing that, hey, we are still the supreme team here.
You know, I'm actually curious as to whether or not Will Macaloni carried that over from the All-Star game. Because remember, the All-Star game presented a block party onto us in favor of the North Division. 6 on the shot clock now for AC Soberano. Tough shot from the corner, short. And here comes Nueva Ecija. Oh, Sumang, almost a freestyle play right there.
I think he was trying to go for the pass to Renz Palma.
Oh, I tell you, Roy Sumang is highly motivated today to bounce back for Nueva Ecija. This is a guy who also has had to transition into this system of Coach Gerson Gabiltes, as we just saw a three-pointer from San Juan.
Yeah, we all know throughout his career, Roy Sumang, during his days with the UE Red Warriors in the UAAP, and even when he went to the PBA, you give him that basketball and you let him decide what to do. Playing in a system is something that he hasn't been used to doing. And that's why the period of adjustment has been critical here para kay Roy Sumang. While Pamboy Raimundo, we all know that he doesn't have to adjust scoring basketball.
Marvin Taiwan could not get back-to-back threes. 24-20, Roy Sumang on the run. Sumang up top, Will Macaloni. He will score inside.
That's a good read. You get it? Trailing the play, top of the circle, go to your strong side. You had the chance to get it to Roy Sumang, but he knew that he had the strength to go inside and finish the 2 points.
Now, you were talking about his ability to maneuver with that basketball one-on-one. We definitely saw that in the All-Star game. He was such a great fit for the North Division. Soberano scores inside on a 2+1 opportunity.
We talk a lot about the bigs of San Juan in this game, of how important the remaining guys in the front line tonight are. But one guy who also I think will be very crucial for the Knights in this game is that man, AC Soberano. I think his production, especially from three-point country, will be needed tonight, you know, to free up some of the lanes for guys like Taiwan, for Orlan Omar and Adrian Nokum, so that they can get going inside the shaded area. Outside sniping of AC Soberano has to be able to work.
Oh, he is a 38% three-point shooter. That's good for 9th best in the whole of the Mpbl. Ito si AC Soberano, who just could not convert from the stripe. It's now 26-22. 7 minutes and 43 in the second quarter. Chris Biton to Pamboy Raimundo. It's Palma onto Macaloni. 2 free throws for Will.
Now the shift to zone by the San Juan Knights. No problem para sa Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Reading it right away, going into their set, and then finding Will Macaloni on the cut.
We bring you this epic move of the game in partnership with OK Bet. Together we win. The leading scorer of Nueva Ecija in this season. Their North All-Star starter as well. Will Macaloni, he has come a long way from being the last guy on the roster of Cebu a couple of seasons ago. He then became an all-star for the Cebu City Sharks. Then last year, naging Mythical 5 selection siya, kasama ni Hesid Gabo. Now he gets his own board and he scores again.
The Mythical 5 and obviously the championship were only things that made Will Macaloni motivated to work even harder and elevate his game. That's what we've been seeing from him this season as AC Soberano continues to answer the call for San Juan.
That was a nice cut by AC. A good feed as well from Marwin Taiwan. And here come the Knights again with their 2-3 zone. Biton will go to Palma. The pass to Macaloni. There was a charge. That's on Shaq Taganas.
Oh, he tried to carve out space by sealing both of the defenders inside for the San Juan Knights para makakuha ng libre si Will Macaloni dun sa may gitna.
Taganas will admit to it. Again, he's the reigning sportsmanship awardee of the Mpbl. We hardly see him complain. And so when he does, more often than not, he's correct. So we believe him. Just not that time around. As AC misfires. Forward pass. Signature shot. Taganas. Oh! What a chase down by Villapando. But he was called for a foul.
Oh my, I don't know about that call. Obviously, he had a better vantage point than us. But from where we're sitting, Migs, it looked like it was clean, all ball. I did not see contact downstairs. It seemed that Villapando's long arms got it on the board. All rock. Let's look at that again. There you go. Now, I'm not entirely sure if the contact after that would merit a personal foul. But from what I understand, this should be clean.
They actually calculated that attempt by Biton perfectly. It's as if he was LeBron James wearing the jersey number 23 as he does with San Juan. And yes, it's going to be a pushing foul on Kenneth Villapando.
It seems they decided that the contact after the block was made would be a personal laban dito kay Kenneth Villapando. But still, here Coach Randy Alcantara, you applaud the effort that was supposedly automatic 2 points already para kay Chris Biton.
First free throw is good for Chris Biton, who's had his moments in the season. A lot of people thought he would have been also the next guy up for Hesed Gabo. Obviously, he has the experience. He is a star as well, a former all-star here in the Mpbl. It's been the struggle all season long. The question in the point guard rotation for Coach Gerson.
That's the thing, you know, with Nueva Ecija, especially at that position, that point guard spot. They're the ones who are the extension of Coach Gerson on the floor. And that's why there is even added pressure for them to be able to perform well whenever they're called upon. Because they have to be able to make sure that everything is running smoothly.
Nueva Ecija just got the steal. They're down by 2 points. Here's Byron. He will fire for three. Short. Rebound to Marwin Taiwan. 3-on-3. Marwin all the way. The ball was tapped. Takbo sa kabila. Renz Palma. The ball was swiped. Good defense by EG Boy Mojica. Kabila. Stop and pop. Marwin misfires.
I think the ball might be a little slippery right now.
Nueva Ecija will slow things down. Boy, we saw a couple of players breathe heavily after that sequence. Chris Biton turning around. There's the feed. Macaloni. Basket and one.
Pretty hard to recover from that missed defensive rotation. You see here the fake by Chris Biton. Eji Boy Mojica was caught ball watching after the fake and did not notice that Macaloni was already in front of him, ready to receive the pass.
Macaloni will proceed to the stripe. He is #1 in the league in 2-point field goal percentage at 62% efficiency from the 2-point area. He's #4 in free throw shooting at 70%. And he's also #6 in fouls received per game at 3.8. All those factors contribute to him being the top scorer of Nueva Ecija in this season. Under 6 minutes in the second, Nueva Ecija now has the lead. 29-28. Orlan Wamar against Chris Biton. By the way, before Chris Biton transferred to Nueva Ecija, these two already had duels. When Biton was playing for Manila, and Wamar obviously was with San Juan. In the earlier seasons, magkalaban na po yan. And that battle reached the North Finals as well.
And that's why a lot of people were expecting that Chris Boton would definitely take higher responsibility for Nueva Ecija this year, owing to his previous reputation as a bona fide star in the league when he was playing for Manila. And you're happy with the way that Orlan Omar's career has progressed here with San Juan, from being a point guard, a third-string point guard, to now being, you could say, the franchise player for the squad.
Yes, I would agree. But Jeff Tahonera, the ultimate senior of the San Juan Knights, just converted on this three-point shot, brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Pick and pop, signature Orlan Omar and Jeff Tahonera. That's just too easy for the veteran of San Juan. And so, that gives them the lead back, 31-29, 5.5 minutes remaining before halftime.
The official tournament ball. Boracay Ecija, the official hotel and resort of the Mpbl. Anta, our official outfielder.
The San Juan Knights have 2 remaining games after this one. So they will take on Marikina on September 26th, and then it's Pampanga in front of them on September 30, just before we begin with the playoffs. I'm not sure if you guys remember, but last year that was also the case. San Juan defeated Pampanga in one of the last games of the regular season that ultimately gave them the advantage over Pampanga in terms of seedings. They were number 3, Pampanga was number 4, and Pasig finished as the number 2 seeded team in the North.
Obviously, it's a different case already this year. The Giant Lanterns have proved to be one of the most dominant, if not the most dominant team this year, with guys like Balti Baltazar and Enzo Serrano leading the way. So I'm sure Coach Randy Alcantara, needing everything that he's got as his team tries to finish the regular season on a high note.
Pampanga is currently number 1 with Nueva Ecija at number 2 and San Juan at number 3. Pampanga virtually has that number 1 seed locked up already. But this matchup will determine Nueva Ecija versus San Juan who the number 2 seeded team will be, which only means home court advantage come round 2 of the playoffs. As we take a look at our turnover story, 7-8 in favor of Nueva Ecija. Michael Wico on the sidestep. That was such a beauty.
One of the best to ever do it here. Obviously, a lot of people talk about how he lacks the touch from the outside, but you can never question his ability to slash into the lane and get buckets inside the paint.
31 all now. Michael Mabula with a smile against Jeff Tahonera. Boy, the Nova Ecijanos missed that. He was double teamed. Hence the kick out, the drive, and the layup for Chris Bidon.
That's more individual and team defense right there by San Juan. Bitoon losing his defender and then nobody rotating on help side D. You see here driving to his strong side. Mojica just showed, and then Kalisaan token resistance as the last line of defense.
Here's the drive by Michael Wico. The 1-2 for him, right to left, and then the tongue out for Michael Wico. Buti na lang hindi siya nahuli ng referee doon. That could have been a technical foul on him. The score is 33-31. We're back inside the Nueva Ecija Coliseum, the home of your Mpbl 4th season champions, the Rice Vanguards, who are looking to defend it tonight against the San Juan Knights. Right now, the score is 33-31. This is Mix Gomez alongside Javi Palanya and Mika Abisamis. Nico Panganiban, defended by Michael Rico. Look at the pressure from Michael. Double team. Wow, great defense by Nueva Ecija. And that is going to be a backing violation against San Juan.
That is the type of defense that Nueva Ecija was characterized with last year. It hasn't been that way consistently this season. Rice Vanguards have relaxed in a lot of stretches during this year's campaign, which has only added to the frustration of Coach Jerson Cabildes. But I'm sure this time he has made sure, in the time leading up to this game, that they remain sharp on that part.
Offensive rebound and the putback from Michael Mpbl. Rebounding has been a story here, and obviously things have drastically changed already for Nueva Ecija.
Michael Mpbl, his production sorely missed in their previous ball games. As you see the inside point story, +6 advantage for Nueva Ecija in this game, 20-14.
That's a foul on Shaq Laganas, who tried to swipe the ball away off of Orlan Wamar. Not a usual sight. Tried to get away with it to no avail. Pasok dito si Renzo Subido, who also has had his moments already in the season. Obviously, he's not in his best shape as of yet after battling through a couple of injuries. But boy, the intellect will never go away for Renzo.
Oh, his hamstring has been a problem. The mobility and the explosiveness has been an issue. But because of the desire to be able to help his team, Renzo has fought through it, through the pain, to be able to try and contribute to his squad.
Free throw shooting. That's 4 out of 8 for San Juan. And remember, Mika reported about this. They had a full practice session just for free throws. I would actually understand if they would have many drills for free throws. Patatagalin mo ng onte. But for one full training session, that's really drastic, as you just saw a basket from Byron Villarias.
I definitely think that's one part of the game that Nueva Ecija might have to explore a lot more on. When Byron Villarias is not able to hit from the outside, get him setups inside the paint, just like that, cutting through the middle, getting the pass on the other side of the basket to finish the 2 points.
Sometimes that's how you can get your shooter to get going. Now Byron tried to seal against Subido, and he was fouled by Renzo.
Well, that's the veteran for you, already knowing that he had a smaller defender matched up to him. Villarias has had a lot of those kinds of coverages. That's why he knows how to jostle for position.
Boy, has he been hounded by all of the teams already in the Mpbl. Byron misfires. Noko, nice dribble. He goes to Renzo Subido. Corner three-pointer is good.
May not be able to get you off the bounce as often as he would, but catch-and-shoot situations, you could definitely count on Renzo Subido to be able to hit those.
37-35, no foul there. Wico, quick passing here for Nueva Ecija. Wico recovers. That is a traveling violation. Boy, how about the intensity on the court? You can feel it.
Yeah, it's like everybody here, di sila maka-cheer ng maayos kasi lahat sila, they're on the edge of their seats. They're very anxious about what's gonna happen in the game.
Which is the beauty of this matchup, by the way. As Orlan fires and misses. Rebound Collado. Nueva Ecija looking to increase its lead. There's the trailer. Jay Collado to the corner. Wico. Villarias. Screen up top. Byron. Back to Michael Wico. Collado is fouled.
That's why Nueva Ecija has become such a great team, because they know how to explore the secondary and tertiary options. A couple of pick and rolls did not work, and then you get him on the second roll. Talking about Jay Collado, corner pass from the right, to the cutting Jay Collado, who was fouled.
2 free throws for one of the ultimate veterans of Nueva Ecija, just next to Jonathan Oiloan, who by the way is healthy. He's just not in uniform as he is on the reserved list for tonight. So, ang tumatayong kapitan on the court is Mr. Jay Collado himself. Free throw shooting. 4, make that 5 out of 7 for Nueva Ecija. There was some second motion that happened after that free throw was made. But nothing too drastic here. We have a timeout. 39-35. Babalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. As we are inside the Nueva Ecija Coliseum, all the way up in Palayan City. This is Mix Gomez alongside Ami Palanya and Mika Abisamis. Tomorrow we will go back to Marikina before proceeding to Valenzuela this coming Saturday. We are approaching the Mpbl playoffs, folks, so do not miss out on the action. And again, this matchup might just determine home court advantage for San Juan or Nueva Ecija in the second round of the playoffs, should they make it. Turnover, Roy Sumang on the run, Super Sumang all the way for 2.
You saw how fast he got from point A to point B, just pushing that basketball, and in no time was already in front of the basket. But also, para dito sa San Juan, no time wasted by Calisaan scoring those 2 points.
That was such a strong move for Michael Calisaan. He was not going to let the defender stop him on that attempt. Jay Collado to the post. Height advantage for Byron. The reigning finals MVP to the other corner. Roy Sumang operating. There's the bounce. Turnover. Numbers for San Juan. Orlan Wamar for 3. Short. That could have been big. Kabila. Mabulak with the bounce. Byron. He sets. He fired and he missed. There was no foul also on the fall of Adrian Noco. Just out of bounds in favor of San Juan.
Everybody was waiting to erupt in cheers had Villarreal knocked that 3-point shot down. That's his 3rd straight miss already here in the second quarter.
The Nueva Ecijanos already know about it. As soon as he catches the ball, minsan nga, papunta pa lang yung bola sa kanya. Ready na silang maghiyawan, which you have to love about the crowd here in Nueva Ecija.
Exactly, you know, that's what you love when you're playing in front of your home crowd. No matter what slump you're in, when you start making shots, alam mo may magkukuhanan ka ng energy dito.
41-37, 40 seconds remaining before halftime. Villafranca. Pinapalabas. Orlan Mamar. Here's Orlan going left, kicking that ball out. Villapando will drive. The feed was stolen away. Sumang on the drive. Nice pass. Bobby B could not control the ball. Nocum almost got the steal, but he could not complete it.
Good intention by Roy Sumang. Just couldn't receive that basketball well was Bobby Balucanag. That could have been an easy deuce right away for the Rice Vanguards. But you see there the value of a Roy Sumang when he's pushing the ball on the break.
Well, he's been passing it a lot more, no, in this game. It seems like there's intention from him to distribute that ball, which, as we know, is part of the system with Jerson Cabildes. They are, after all, #1 in assists per game.
Yeah, you know, the moment that he gets it, he already looks up. And because he's such a threat in trying to look for his own shot, a lot of the players defensively in transition they're going to try and prevent him from going up for a shot, which attracts the defense, leaving the other guys wide open. That time it was Bobby Balocanag.
We have 19 seconds remaining before halftime here in Nueva Ecija. There you see our VIPs, the Hamoras, that's Raymond and Seth with the Emer Oreta, Rudy Distrito, and of course, Commissioner Kenneth Duremdes. Sir Bong Cuevas is also present for Nueva Ecija and Senator Jinggoy Estrada for the San Juan Knights. This is following the victory of Jensen on Enzo Hoson's triple-double, by the way. And Iloilo as well was able to secure the 8th and final spot in the South Division playoffs. Baseline inbound, Collado, now on to Sumang. There's the handoff to Byron. Chris Biton, slowing things down. 2-second differential, 2-man game up top. There's the roll. Unfortunately, Collado dribbled the ball off of his foot with 5 seconds to go.
Very frustrating for a coach, you know, your player turns it over right after you call a timeout. If your coach Jerson Cabiltes, he's a guy who puts a lot of premium on execution, especially now that you try to finish the quarter strong, but I guess they'll have to do it on the defensive end.
Couple of subs here. We have AC Soberano and William Bing checking in to join Marwin Taiwan, Orlan Mamar, and Renzo Subido. Taiwan went down. He looked to have been bumped by Rice Vanguard, and Coach Randy was very upset about it. Wonder what happened there.
Well, he got on over, talking about Stephen Siruma. Didn't really see if there was extracurricular action. Pero he bodied up Marvin Taiwan, and sadya na lang nahulog si Taiwan after that.
You know, these types of things, moments, shenanigans that happen in a game in Nueva Ecija usually backfire against the opposing team. Nueva Ecija has had a ton of victories already after ejections of their own, which riles up the crowd and its own players. I don't know if this might actually be beneficial for San Juan, if it's anything drastic.
Yeah, that's why those are the things that you have to consider when you're an away team playing in the home floor of your opponent. You know, you don't want to be able to awake the dragon, you know, that's waiting to launch a big roar. That's what happened with Pampanga and Sarangani.
Yeah.
Sarangani was in control already for the most part of that game in the first half, and then Marco Sari just went out and provoked the crowd, which gave way to a furious rally in which Pampanga drew a lot of energy from their crowd at the Renzi Yao Convention Center. Also
the same with Nueva Ecija versus Bataan in this venue. There's also another game. Either it was Bacoor or Pasig City na eject si Coach Joseph Cabiltes.
Number 20,
Ended up with a win for Nueva Ecija. And yes, it was a foul on Stephen Siruma, so it's automatic free throws for Marvin Taiwan.
That's right, because Rice Vanguard's already in the penalty here with 5.6 seconds remaining. But at least the consolation that they can get from this is they'll be having the basketball back to try and play for the final shot of the quarter. Nueva Ecija wanting a flop against Taiwan, but decision has already been made.
2 gimmies for the point guard with 5.6 seconds remaining. The first one is good for Marwin. And again, he's been that guy off the bench for Senator Jinggoy Estrada. Call upon his name and he will deliver for you. Kahit na second half pa magsimula yan, kahit na mabilisan lang yan, Marwin has been amazing for San Juan. And remember, last year he was also key in almost eliminating Nueva Ecija.
Yeah, that's correct.
Before that, Shaq Tagana's three-pointer in San Juan.
We talk about a lot of guys who need time to warm up on the floor before they can get their rhythm. Marvin Taiwan is not one of them.
5.6 seconds here. Roy Sumang will go to Joshua Fontanilla. Nueva Ecija up by 2. Fontanilla, one more pass. That's a turnover with 0.3 remaining.
That's a late pass. he was already asking for it, and he could have gotten it to Sumang on the run. Enough space for him para ba makabuelo, either for a pull-up jumper or maybe a layup inside the paint.
And so that will do it for our first 2 quarters here in Nueva Ecija. I'm sure a lot of us expected this, a close game once more sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino. Michael Wico and company tried to take charge, but San Juan had some answers back and forth. Then we went to the second quarter.
Michael Wico, our leader of the half here for the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. 9 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists for the guy out of Pampanga. He has been trying to set the tone para sa kanila. Intensity and defense, as well as attacking the basket. Those 3 things working well for Wico in this game.
It's a 2-point game at halftime, and now we present to you our Mpbl 2023 All-Star highlights. Excitement begins here at the Bataan People Center in Bataan, Bataan. Welcome to the 2023 Mpbl All-Star.
Kasama ko nga ngayon si Commissioner Kenneth Dorimdes. Commissioner, ano naman po ang nararamdaman nyo ngayong ating 2023 Mpbl All-Star?
Well, of course, we're excited for this All-Star. At alam naman natin yung mga fans natin dito sa Bataan na excited na rin na mapanood ang kanilang mga paboritong mga players sa MPBL. And also, yung ating founder maglalaro today. Hindi naman natin sila pinasasalamatan, yung mga diehard fans ng MPBL, yung mga team owners, executives na nandito ngayon na sumusuporta pa rin sa liga natin. And lahat ng mga involved dito sa MPBL on our 5th season, tuloy-tuloy pa rin, and hopefully lalo pa pong sasaya tayo sa mga upcoming season natin. So maraming salamat sa inyong suporta.
Alright, thank you so much din po. Once again, that is our very own Commissioner Kenneth Dorimdes.
Kasama ko po ngayon ang pinakamamahal na founder ng Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Walang iba kung hindi si Senator Manny Pacquiao. Sen, congratulations po. Pang-4 na All-Star na po natin ito, no? Ano pong nasa isip nyo ngayong araw na to?
Ang naisip namin ay panalo namin itong game namin dito at saka sana manalo rin ng South, and then also sa lahat ng mga viewers, sa lahat ng mga supporters ng Mpbl, ang Liga ng Bawat Pilipino, maraming salamat po sa inyong walang sawang pagsuporta at pagmamahal.
Who finished the game with a triple-double, the one and the only fighting Senator, Boxing's Hall of Famers, the People's Champ, ang papansang kamo, our beloved MPBL founder, Senator Manny Pacquiao. Our extreme three-point shootout champion, Orlan Nueva. Unfortunately, it's a no-go for Poy Poy Octube, and we'll have to see the scores now for Poy Poy. Bataan, can we give a big round of applause to our 3 finalists for giving us an amazing show in the slam dunk contest? But obviously, the crown will belong to the guy from the Pampanga Giant Lanterns. Our champion is DJ Ganya.
And now, the OKBet 2023 Manny Pacquiao's Mpbl All-Star Game winner, the North All-Stars. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the 2023 All-Star Game MVP, Justin Baldi Baltasar.
Sa mga bata po yan, hindi po sa akin yan. So, nandito ako to give motivation sa mga bata. Hindi yung ilabas yung mga skills nila, iwala nila sa sarili. Yun po yung ginagawa ko sa mga bata.
Nagpapasalamat po ang lalawigan ng Bataan na napili po para mag-host ng ating All-Star Exhibition Games dito po sa aming lalawigan for the first time. Talagang nag-enjoy po ang lahat dito sa napaka-exciting na competition.
Nag-enjoy ako at maraming salamat sa masaya-masaya ako dahil sa suporta ng mga basketball fans, lalo na sa iba't ibang sulok ng bansa na nanonood sila at nakasuporta dito sa Liga ng Bawat Pilipino.
Naging very exciting talaga yung MPBL All-Star. Kasing exciting na mga special guests natin ngayon. Of course, Senator Jinggoy Estrada and of course, Boss Bong Cuevas. Good evening po sa inyong dalawa, sir. Sir, ang ganda po nung laban tonight. Magandang preview po ito ng playoffs. Ano pong gusto nyo sabihin sa mga taga San Juan na tuluyang sumusuporta sa San Juan Knights at syempre po sa mga Nueva Ecejanos na nandito ngayong gabi?
Una-una, nagpapasalamat po ako sa mga sumusuporta. Hindi lamang sa San Juan Knights, kundi sa lahat ng mga kupunan na kasama sa Mpbl. At maraming salamat po sa ating mga kababayan dito sa Nueva Ecija sa pagtanggap mo sa amin, lalong-lalo na kay Governor Umali, kay Sir Bong Cuevas, at sa inyo lahat. Magandang gabi po at maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat po, Senator Jinggoy Estrada. Boss Bong, good evening po sa inyo. Sir, sa lahat po ng challenges na pinagdadaanan ng Rice Vanguards, tuluyan pong sumusuporta ang mga Nueva Ecijano. Nandito po silang lahat ngayong gabi. Ano pong gusto nyo sabihin sa kanila, sir?
Mika, una, palagi ko lang naman sinasabi sa kanila na pinapangako rin namin sa mga player ay bigay nila palagi lahat. Pakita nila yung laro ng Nueva Ecija ng Rice Vanguards at palagi ialay nila ang laro dito sa mga taga Nueva Ecija.
Maraming salamat, sir. Meron pa po ba kayong mga gustong batiin, Sir Bong?
Una, siyempre ang gusto ko batiin itong mga kababayan namin dito sa Nueva Ecija. Nandito si PA Abisamis. Nabati rin namin ang kasalukuyan, wala kasi yung wife ko ngayon. Pero itong game po na ito, aalay po namin sa inyo.
Malamang po nanonood po si Madam sa TV. Maraming salamat po, Sir Bong Cuevas, of course, of the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguard. So, babalik po ang OK Bet Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
Yes, mga kaliga, halftime na. Fresh ka pa ba? Tingin muna sa ating big screen. Tingin natin sino matatiming ang ating live cam. Ngayon, kitang-kita naman. Looking nice, looking fresh, looking great. Para sa Radiance. soft, glowing skin, beauty skin lang yan. Magandang gabi, Novo, Ecija, Mpbl fans. Makingay naman tayo. Make some noise! As promised, eto na ang napaka-exciting at pinagigiliwang half-court shot challenge where you can win a brand new Suzuki Avenue motorcycle. We have 3 contestants randomly selected ng ating mga kaliga from Suzuki. Pagka-shoot nila sa half-court line, dito na naman ang brand new Suzuki Avenue motorcycle. Ito, unang contestant from Kamanatuan, si John Calvelo. Palakpakan mo tayo dyan! Come on! Yan ha, John, may mga pagkakanak ka na. Galingan mo! Focus! Make a basket and win this brand new Suzuki Avenue motorcycle. Take it away, John Calvelo! Pwede na! Parang sinisipat ni John. Tingnan natin. Let's it fly! Next off, also from Cabanatuan, si Alex Navarro. Alex Navarro, ha? Medyo nakasuko ng konti. Remember, nakasira, nakaschamba. Mga pakasito, itong brand new Suzuki Happiness Motorcycle. From Cabanatuan, once again, Alex Navarro. Pwede na, Alex. Good luck. Tingin natin si Alex. Thank you for joining. Ano naman, your very own from Palayan City, Dulce Amor Reguial. Masusubukan ng lakas ni Dulce Amor Reguial. Ang ganda ng pangalan. Napaka-sweet. Dulce, yan ang yaw yan, Dulce Amor. Ito ka muna. Isa ka muna, Dulce. Maraming salamat, Dulce Amor. Thank you for joining the ating Suzuki Half-Court Shot Challenge by Suzuki, the official motorcycle partner of the Mpbl.
It is halftime here in Palayan City for Nueva Ecija versus San Juan. The rematch of last year's North Division Finals. And Nueva Ecija actually went off to have a great start in this matchup. Mabilis na magsumagot itong San Juan. And that second quarter, obviously, we saw a lot of swings here and there, a lot of back and forths. Javi, I bring back to you the question that I asked in the pregame. Are you seeing any advantage right now as to one team having the edge in terms of winning in this game?
Well, obviously for Nueva Ecija, it's playing here on their home floor. And more importantly, it's the edge in terms of the frontline players. You could see Nueva Ecija really trying to expose the mismatch. When Will McAloney has that basketball, he's trying to attack from the outside or in the post. Either of that, Michael Mabulak also trying to do the same because of the depleted front line that San Juan has been playing with in this game. So that is one small advantage that I'm seeing Nueva Ecija have in this game. But other than that, it's been close. 5 ties, 5 lead changes in this game. No team leading by more than 7 points in this match. You saw the numbers there. Both teams are shooting at a very good clip. 50% para sa San Juan, 48.5 para dito sa Nueva Ecija. And you see both teams are really trying to move that ball around and trying to share the wealth with all of their teammates.
Marvin Taiwan leads all scorers for San Juan with 7. It's Michael Rico on the other end with 9 points for Nueva Ecija. Let's see how second half might change here inside the Nueva Ecija Coliseum. And thank you for joining us, folks. This is Mix Gomez alongside Avi Palanya and Mika Abisamis. Again, this matchup might just determine the number 2 seeded team in the North Division, which means home court advantage come the second round if these two teams will advance. It's Will Macaloni with Josh Fontanilla, Jay Collado, Byron Villarias, and Michael Wico to begin things for Nueva Ecija. Kabila naman, it's Orlan Mamar with Michael Calisaan, Nico Panganiban, Kevin Villafranca, and Adrian Noco. That's a miss from downtown. Offensive rebound, twice at that, and a 2+1 opportunity for Jay Collado.
That's one thing that San Juan should not let Nueva Ecija get used to doing here in this game. We've already said that the height advantage belongs to the Rice Vanguards in this game. Also, in terms of personnel in that front line, everybody from San Juan, even from the guards, they have to be able to work hard to keep the Rice Vanguards off the offensive boards.
It's rebounding. That was the point of emphasis of Mika's report for Nueva Ecija. Free throw shooting naman sa kabila para sa San Juan, and we will continue to monitor those. Collado with the board off of the miss. And here's Fontanilla. Josh tried to go down low. Fontanilla recovers. There's the cutter. Michael Wico will score.
If he doesn't get it off of the kick out, he'll make sure to time his cut perfectly well. On the drive by Joshua Fontanilla, really met him in the middle of the paint, and the bounce pass right on the money coming from Josh Fontanilla.
There's a foul on the other end on the drive of Adrian Noco. Nice speed by Josh. Was able to hang tight in the air to deliver that ball onto Michael Wico, who continues to be the leading scorer of Nueva Ecija in this game. He is their second leading scorer overall in this season. Noco no good on his first try. All-star for San Juan. He was a reserve, backing up Orlan Mamar, who was in the starting lineup alongside Will Macaloni. There's Macaloni with the board. 0 out of 2 though for Adrian Noco. But again, free throw shooting is a concern. In Mika's report, she said San Juan dedicated a full practice session just for free throws.
And now, aside from free throw shooting, well, for San Juan, that's been the case. For both squads, it's also turnovers. 20+ turnovers already between these two teams.
And obviously, that is well on pace to surpass the season averages of both squads. Although, ironically, Nueva Ecija is not known for taking good care of that basketball in this season. Nueva Ecija averages how many?
16 turnovers.
And then San Juan?
San Juan is at 15.1.
So well on pace nga talaga. You think it's because of the defense in this game?
And also, you know, they're really trying to execute well, and sometimes the need to perfect their execution leads to more mistakes.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, for this Nueva Ecija team, which boasts of Roy Sumang, who still hasn't fully adjusted to the system of Coach Jerson Cabildes. We know that it takes such a long time to be able to fully incorporate himself into what they're doing.
Although it's evident as to how he's trying to change things in this game.
Progress is definitely there.
Oh.
Foul on number 51, Byron Villarias. That's his first.
There was a foul on Byron Villarias.
Second team foul. 2 free throws, Adrian Noco.
So that's 2 free throws for Adrian Noco. So it was an unspoke. Is that right?
Yeah, looks like it.
Yun lang naman. First free throw was made by Adrian Noco. Second one, no good. 1 out of 4 in the past 2 trips for Adrian Noco. Oh, I wonder if Coach Randy will be duplicating that practice session filled with free throws.
Shot clock 14 seconds.
45 to 40. Noco Pinapalabas, Orlan Wamar at the corner. Off to the right, rebound Panganiban. Nico fakes. 1-2, tough pass. Orlan recovers, Wamar. No good on the mid-range. One more try here. There's the bounce, Nokom. Put back, Michael Calisan.
Everybody defensively was shifting their attention to that left side of the floor. Nobody boxing out Michael Calisan.
45-42 now. 2 minutes gone by in the third frame. Man down for Nueva Ecija. That's Wico. Usually it's Wico taking down another person, not himself going down.
It seems that Calisan ran Wico over.
Pasok dito si Kenneth Villapando for San Juan, for Adrian Nokom. Oh, sorry, it's for Michael Calisan.
That's already the third personal para kay Calisan.
And again, there has been a shortage of big men in this game for San Juan. Lee Vuksang, by the way, is out, but he's not experiencing an injury. He's just on the reserve list. Fontanilla behind the back. Nice move. No basket. Ball tapped away in favor of Nueva Ecija.
That's an interesting decision considering that Vuksang has started a lot of the games for San Juan this year.
Baseline inbound. Michael Wico up top to Joshua Fontanilla. The fake, the drive, and the feed. Macaloni. Sorry, miss. Takbo sa kabila. Nico Panganiban down the middle. He loves this. The open court. Just no conversion. Balik tayo sa Nueva Ecija. Fontanilla commanding things. There's the seal. Unfortunately, it resulted onto a turnover. Villapando on the move. Villapando, nice pass. One more feed and Nokom will finish. Napaganda pa on the 2+1.
Unselfish play by the San Juan Knights. Villapando could have gotten away with a lift. But there you see, setting up Villafranca, seeing that there was another defender already up in the air trying to block his shot, dropping it off at the last moment to Adrian Nokom.
So Nokom will be going back again to the stripe. Let's see if he can recover now. There it is, it's good. Nokom actually was still eligible to play for Coach Randy Alcantara in the NCAA, but he chose to stay with San Juan, and also he proceeded to the PBA draft, to which he was drafted, by the way, so congratulations to him. There's the feed, Mabulak, one more pass, Wico, tough reverse layup.
One of the best passing teams in the league, showcasing why they are #2 in assists this year.
One more feed, Will Macaloni to Byron Villarias.
2 straight possessions. Impeccable passing by the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. What an answer to what San Juan did earlier with Nokom finishing.
49-45. We can't forget about the fact that Nueva Ecija has been known to be a third quarter team as Orlan Wamar answers back with a 3-pointer.
If Wamar is able to heat up here in the third quarter, it would definitely turn things around for the Knights.
Remember, it was in this venue as Orlan Wamar got the charge from Michael Mabulak. We're used to seeing that as well here in the Mpbl. As I was saying, as we bring in this epic move of the game in partnership with OK Bet Together, we win. There's the pass. Villarias to Mabulak to Wico on the reverse. Magical layup right there. Ang hirap nun, but the extension.
Ang layo na nga na tinalunan mo, you had to go for the reverse pa on the other side.
I was actually talking about Orlan Wamar and his performance in this venue. Remember, the record for most threes in a game is 12, and that happened for Orlan here in Nueva Ecija as Nokom gets another basket inside.
May not be able to hit majority of these free throws, but Adrian Nokom once again working hard on the glass.
That's 6 points now in this game for Nokom. Macaloni was fouled on the other end.
That's one setup that has been working for Nueva Ecija in this game. Each time that Macaloni has trailed the play, attacking the basket right away, either driving left or driving right, doesn't matter. As long as he uses his upper body strength, he's able to either get 2 points or fish for a foul.
This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. 8 points now for the All-Star of Nueva Ecija. The Rice Vanguards actually had 2 All-Stars, with Roy Sumang also coming off the bench for the North. And remember, Sumang actually played very well late in the game. With Macaloni and company took home the prize for winning the All-Star game. That was, by the way, the first ever victory of the North All-Stars against the South in Mpbl All-Star history. Villafranca on to Renzo Subido. Renzo tried to drive to no avail. A lot of physicality right there between Nocum and Wico.
Well, a battle of new school versus old school right there. Adrian Nocum and itong si Michael Wico jostling for position in the low block.
Do you actually see some similarities between those two?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, both of these guys love to attack the basket. They're very intelligent players when cutting to the rim. And they're very athletic guys as well. You could still see that from Michael Wico even in the latter stage of his career. Both still with, you know, an inconsistent outside shot. But
ayun na nga, ang inaabangan ko.
but the advantage for Nocum is he's younger, which means that he has more time to develop that.
Yeah.
So it's up to him if it will be an added weapon to his arsenal in the coming years. That would definitely make him more dangerous.
And speaking of added weapons, magdadagdag ngayon si Mika Abisame sa ating storyline. Mika, go ahead.
Adrian Nocum is on a high with all of his recent accomplishments, which definitely includes his very important role here with the Knights. He continues to prove to Coach Randy why he deserves the minutes. He is working on a lot more things despite the stardom. Yung footwork daw niya ay isa sa mga kanyang mga gustong i-polish. In fact, nagagamit daw niya ang pagiging folk dancer niya nung high school.
Oh,
Imagine from folk dancer to basketball player. Kayo ba, Migs, Javi? Ano ba kayo in the past?
Well, we were in the past UP students, which means folk dancing is somewhat familiar to us.
But you know what? Actually, the late Kobe Bryant did learn, I think it was tap dancing.
Okay.
To strengthen his feet. To be able to help him in his game. So, you know, that is something that definitely is helping Adrian Nocum. We see that with the footwork that he's been able to exhibit in his game. And that's why he's so nimble off his feet.
Wow. That is certainly very interesting. Alam mo, for a typical basketball player, I would imagine hip-hop would be the genre. But then again, tap dancing and then folk dancing of all types. I'm not giving shade to those arts, by the way, but I'm just very surprised. What a fact, Mika Bisamis. You are on point today. 53-52.
Just like she always is.
That's right. Steal by Pamboy. There's the trailer. Michael Mabulak. Risky pass. Wico caught it. Mabulak with a putback.
That's something that he's always used to doing. Passing in transition. Mabulak is usually the last recipient of the pass. At ititira niya na lang dapat. At that time, choosing to go to Wico, who was near the basket. Resulting in a two-pointer para sa Rice Vanguards. You see there, Pamboy Raimundo, we've been questioning his defense. We're right there playing the passing lanes and the shovel pass. Mabulak to Wico, but siya rin ang nakapag-tip in for that offensive rebound and putback.
Michael Mabulak has taken a back seat all season long in order to make things easier for himself, actually, ironically, by just focusing on their shooters to free them up. He hasn't been posting up as much. We can't even attribute that to his injuries anymore. But it's his way of being a team player for Nueva Ecija.
Hey, you know what? I really haven't seen a lot of their vaunted high-low setups this season compared to last year. That was very prominent in most of their sets.
You think it's a matter of being scouted already?
Yeah. That's something that could be very easy to defend once you figured out how, especially as you apply the rules and principles of your defensive system. Siyempre, simple pasa lang naman yan eh. It's all about just timing when to deny the post player in the middle of the shaded area.
Well, knowing Coach Jerson Cabiltes, I'm sure he also designed a lot more plays to examine, to experiment with in this season. Oh, what a pass. What a finish by Michael Wico. How about the pressure defense? Full court man-to-man for Nueva Ecija. They're up by 3. Subido. There's the help from Mabulak. Renzo driving. There's the feed. Tough pass by Villafranca. Nice fake. Soberano back to Renzo. The ball ends up with San Juan. And a three-pointer for Orlan Wamar.
Might have gotten a little bit sloppy toward the tail end, but you still got to take it. If you're Coach Randy Alcantara, it ended up in a three-point shot for Orlan Wamar. But, you know, it was beautiful passing initially.
Everything just turned chaotic on that possession. Look at that. And then, somehow, it ended up as a three-pointer for our three-point king, Orlan Wamar. Who, by the way, won it by just a scratch against our defending champion, Domark Matiliano.
Oh, what a showdown that was, by the way.
He came to one last three-pointer by Domark. Then he lost it to Orlan. So Wamar now holds the record for most three-pointers in a game. And he also has a three-point crown off of an all-star day. Macaloni will now be checked out. Pasok dito, crowd favorite. Shaq Taganas. Paborito din yan ng ating mga referee. That's for sure. And now we have Jeff Javillonar checking in for the first time in this matchup. (59-57), under 4 minutes in the third. Villapando, double cross. There's the drive. How about the extension from Ken Villapando?
I'm surprised that they haven't done a lot of that in this game. That obviously is where they can get advantage against Nueva Ecija, especially when you have Mabulak or Macaloni defending from the outside. You have guys like Villapando who can break down the defense from the outside and attack with those long arms and legs.
As Mabulak scores inside, I actually wonder if Villapando is one of those guys whose confidence really was raised because of being drafted.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, that definitely is an added feather to your cap. That just validates the hard work that you've been doing all your career.
Villapando just got the offensive board. Soberano from the corner. That's a three.
Past few possessions for San Juan, we've seen them move the ball left to right, side to side, really looking for the best shot possible. And that time it was a three-point shot from the left corner. Excellent teamwork once again by the Knights.
Boy, what a beauty this game has been. The hard work is there, the beautiful execution, great defense as well. Jump ball, possession for San Juan.
Here you see Omar faking the pass first, eventually getting into AC Soberano. We've talked about how crucial his contribution can be for the Knights in this game.
Balik tayo kay Villapando. Here's Ken, top of the key. He does have the speed advantage. There's the spin and the extension. No basket.
That was a poor shot by Villapando. Should have taken the jump shot. He was given space by Mabulak. The problem is, that's not a shot that he usually has.
Miss on the other end by Roy Suma. And here comes Orlan. Wamar on the escape. Lefty layup is good for Orlan Wamar.
He's gotten so good at that, especially in transition. You know, you get a brush screen up top, whether it's at the middle or on the wing, and then he turns the corner. Because he's such a threat, defense would have to guess, will they try to stop the shot or will they try to prevent the pass? That time, they tried to intercept what should have been a pocket pass. They were waiting for that feed to the big man, to the rolling, ito si Javillonar, but then Wamar finishing with the left hand.
That's a nice looking basket right there from Orlan, the franchise player of the San Juan Knights. And there's absolutely no doubt about that. Villapando is at the stripe. He has also been having a breakout game for himself. First free throw is good for Ken. Marami rin siyang intangibles na naibibigay, no, that you won't necessarily see at the stat sheet.
Yeah, that's correct. You know, his energy, his length, his athleticism, especially here today. You know, someone playing with a depleted front line, and he has been playing a lot of minutes. May not have been scoring a lot of points, but just being here on the floor para sa kanila has helped the Knights a lot in this game.
66-61 now. San Juan holding on to a 5-point lead. Pamboy Raimundo pulls up, in and out. Boy, that was already going down. Less than 100 seconds in the third. Marvin Taiwan calling out the play. Screen by Villafranca. Marvin drives. In trouble now. 9 on the shot clock. AC catches, fires, and misses. Kabila, Pamboy. He goes to Renz Palma. Three-pointer on its way, and down it goes.
Hasn't really been known to be a consistent outside shooter all his career. Kind of like Michael Wico, but he does have that occasional shot from the outside, especially when he's left that wide open.
66-64. They go to Javillonar. That's a three from Jeff on the other end.
Kung si Renz Palma, di consistent makakamada sa labas. That guy, Javillonar, has been showing the range ever since his college career.
69-64. Back and forth we go. Raimundo to Roy Sumang. There's the pass. Macaloni. Basket and one.
If you're San Juan, you gotta have that presence of mind. Before that ball is delivered to Will Macaloni inside the shaded area, you gotta be able to be ready for him, especially going left. Because 90% of the time, that's what he's gonna do. And 90% of the time, he's gonna be able to get a basket or maybe a foul. That time, it was both.
Michael Calisan was actually signaling from the bench using his left hand. I'm sure that's what he was also pertaining to. 69-67. AC Soberano to Marvin Taiwan. 8-second differential before we end the third quarter. Taiwan against Renz Palma. There's the screen. Marvin still has it. Down to 7 seconds on the shot clock. Taiwan on to Soberano, who just looked up. Step back, short, rebound. There's Javillonar, and that's a foul on Bobby Balocanag.
If you're Coach Randy Alcantara, you appreciate the effort being given here in this quarter by Jeff Javillonar. Coming in for the first time here in the third, right away bringing significant impact. Hit a three-point shot earlier, got a basket inside, and this time able to bail them out with a foul fished against the defense.
I have to say, Javi, I'm just really impressed with the culture, the system, and the coaching of Randy Alcantara, because they've really made the most out of these players that they have. These aren't the brightest on paper, yung mga players ng San Juan.
Coach Randy has always been very big on preparation, on scouting. You know, much like Coach Jerson Cabildes, that's why Coach Randy is already a champion in the league. You know, he knows what it takes to be able to win games and eventually win the big ship here in the league.
You have 6 seconds remaining before the end of 3. Nueva Ecija down by 4. Chris Piton. 2 seconds. Piton to beat the buzzer. Short. And so that will do it for our first 30 minutes. Boy, what a game it has been. San Juan taking control now after the third frame.
Impeccable passing by the Knights, and also great contributions from players off the bench. Para
YouTube channel, MPT, Signal Channel 98, and will be shown on 1PH. Manny Pacquiao's MPBL.
There you see our marquee matchup. Obviously, two players who have performed very well in this game so far.
16 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists para kay Michael Vico. On the other hand, Wamar with 13, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. Orlan Wamar actually leading the third quarter charge as well para sa San Juan. Michael Vico has had brilliance all game long para sa Nueva Ecija, but he'll need more help here as his team down by 4 entering the fourth period.
Wamar had 8 points in the third frame, 7 points naman for Michael Vico, including that tough reverse layup and the sidestep finish. Let's see which of these two players will be able to lead his team to a victory in this much anticipated matchup between the North's number 2 and 3 seeded teams respectively. And again, the winner of this game might just have home court advantage from the second round of the North Division playoffs. Thank you for joining us. This is Mix Gomez alongside Abby Balanya and Mika Abisabes.
Alternating here are the quarter scores for both of the teams. As we enter this final period, let's see if the trend will continue. Will Nueva Ecija win this quarter, or will San Juan be able to keep up their streak here?
Nueva Ecija has performed well in the second half in terms of them defending their home court. Let's see if that can be the case again. Nice swipe by Renz Palma off of his finish on the other end.
They've never lost yet here this season, just like last year.
For the regular season to that point. In the season, they have defeated Bacoor, Iloilo, Pasig, and Bataan in this venue. That was a tough pass. And Taiwan looked to have injured himself. That could be a big cause of concern for San Juan.
Exactly, because good thing he got up right away.
Okay na.
But yeah, had that pushed through, Taiwan definitely could be a big blow para San Juan, because he's a guy who really energizes the Knights off the bench. As we already mentioned earlier, doesn't really need a lot of time to warm up. As soon as he enters, he's ready to go.
I would even argue and use the word breather. He is the breather of San Juan when Orlan Wamar is on the bench. But now, Taiwan and Wamar are both on the bench as Nokum checks in to join Renzo Subido, Kevin Villafranca, AC Soberano, and Jeff Avillonar. Kabila naman, Roy Sumang will sit down. Pasok dito si Byron Villarias to join Pamboy Raimundo, Will Macaloni, Jay Collado, and Renz Palma. 71-69, Jay Collado in and out. Rebound Pamboy. There's the leaner and the basket.
Long shot, long rebound, falls right in the hands of the shooter, and that was Pamboy Raimundo.
8 points now in this game for Pamboy. Balik tayo. Adrian Nokum was fouled. Is that gonna count? We're still awaiting the decision of our referees.
Oh, they're gonna try to review this one. I don't think that should count. I don't think it was in one motion. Let's look at that again to verify. Here was the recovery by Nokum. The bump. There's an argument for that. Looked like the 1-2 step was in fluid motion after the bump.
We'll let the referees decide, but yes, I do agree with you. It is gonna count. So Nokum will proceed to the stripe again for a bonus free throw. I'm sure a lot of people are enjoying the action. We even have viewers from across the world, Javi. May pinapabati ang ating arena announcer na si Richard Campos. Itong si Roy Landicho, who's watching from Japan. Oh, happy viewing to you. Jeff Evangelista is also with us, one of our beloved producers in the Mpbl. Pamboy Raimundo, double teamed. There's the escape. Collado, he hung in the air, and then he scored.
San Juan has to be able to really be more disciplined. When the shot clock is winding down, di sila pwede bumitaw sa kanilang depensa.
74-73, Adrian Nokum staying aggressive, and that's another foul.
It somehow baffles me because you know that Adrian Nokum is going to drive inside. You give him space, he's not going to shoot it. So if I were Nueva Ecija, to make things easier, sag off of him, dare him to take the shot. I'd rather him taking the shot than attacking and taking free throws. Although he hasn't had a good percentage from the line here in this game, it would worry me if he could get a lot of my key big men in foul trouble. So if your coach Jersey Cabiltes, you pick your poison.
This free throw is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Nocom is now 5 out of 10 from the stripe. That's not good. And again, free throws coming into this matchup was already a big issue for Coach Randy Alcantara. Collado, the handoff. Raimundo, back to Jay, who was fouled. That could have brought the house down.
The Knights really trying to blitz this time on the pick and roll. It was Raimundo who initiated the two-man game, and he was forced to give up upon the trap, and it was Collado who decided to pop instead of roll, took the shot and was fouled.
Here's Jay Collado, the senior in today's game for Nueva Ecija, missing on his first free throw. Always very feisty on the court. Madalas pang namumula when he plays. And speaking of namumula, our heart is very happy as well for the presence of Madam Rainiel Salas Ayunayon, who's watching right now from New York. Kapamilya yan, of course, ng dating San Juan Knight, a finals MVP in the Mpbl na si Mike Ayunayon.
Happy viewing po.
Orlan Omar will now return for Renzo Subido. We're tied at 74, and we're absolutely not surprised with this outcome so far, with 7 minutes and 49 remaining.
You love how even the pace from the sideline is quick in terms of rotating personnel here. Both coaches really trying to match up and adjust to what either coach is putting out on the floor.
Oh, what a recovery, but a sorry miss for Adrian Noco. Kabila tayo. Chris Biton against Orlan Mamar. Up top, Jay Collado, swing to the left. Palma almost lost the leather. Here's Chris Biton, 10 on the shot clock. Nice cut. Jay Collado hangs and scores.
That is Nueva Ecija basketball. Pick and roll on the right side of the floor, and then you have the other big man cutting from the outside on the left. But Nico Panganiban effectively answering back with a three-pointer.
7 points for Nico in this game. How about San Juan? They just have the answers each and every time against Nueva Ecija.
Well, that's when you know that you built such a stable and strong culture within your squad that no matter who your players are, they will follow suit in terms of the tradition of winning and the mentality in getting those victories.
Oh my goodness, what a shot by Orlan Mamar. Back-to-back three-pointers for San Juan.
And it all begins with that guy on the floor, Orlan Mamar, ang ating bigotilyo mula sa San Juan. Once again, leading the charge para sa kanyang kupunan.
Again, as reported by Mika Abisamis, Orlan Mamar will not shave until they are crowned champions in the Mpbl. This was the three-pointer before Orlan's, courtesy of Nico Panganiban, who also has come a long way adjusting to the system of Coach Randy Alcantara. It's a 4-point game now here in Nueva Ecija. Presenting our Suzuki Muscular and Sporty fan of the game, just like the Avenus, do more and achieve more with the muscular and sporty scooter from Suzuki, the Avenus. Oras na para magmotor. Right now, we are inside the Nueva Ecija Coliseum, the home of your Mpbl 4th season champions. Ito po ang ating mga Novo Ecijano, always passionate, always fired up to support the Rice Vanguards. But then again, it's a different story. This time around, San Juan bringing in a much younger team, in the words of Orlan Omar. This is the test for the youngsters, and Javi, I'm pretty sure you will agree to this. The youngsters have shown up and have shown out in this matchup.
Oh yeah, definitely. It shows in the score. It shows in the way they've worked. They definitely deserve this lead that they're holding right now. Let's see if they can sustain this.
Nice pass. Will Macanoni onto Chris Piton. The two lefties connecting with each other.
Now the creation of Chris Piton will come into play. If Coach Gerson Cabiltes will be leaving him in until the end of the game, then Piton should be able to step up here.
Step back. That was a tough three-pointer. In and out for Orlan. A chance for Nueva Ecija to tie or get the lead under 6 minutes remaining. Chris Piton. Screen up top. That's Jay Collado. They go to Macaloni. Shot clock reading 10. Michael Wico operating. There's the bounce. 6 on the shot clock. Macaloni in trouble. And that's a walk.
Wico was looking in front. Natural, nakita niya doon si Will Macaloni, but Collado was already waiting for that basketball in the top of the circle. Could have been an open three-point shot already. If you're Michael Wico, a guy, you know, who attracts defenses on his drives, you have to be able to see the whole floor and get the best possible option. And that time it was Jay Collado rather than Will Macaloni.
So we go back with San Juan as Macaloni takes a breather. Pasok dito si Michael Mabulak. Adrian Nopov is calling out to play for San Juan. 2 screens. Nopov off of the switch. Another screen. Adrian will fire. In and out. Rebound Kalisaan. No putback. And here comes Chris Piton. Cross court he goes. Villarias on the reverse. Yes, sir. And there was a foul as well.
It seems that there was a retaliation. Adrian Nopov. I don't really see him complain a lot to our referees. Let's see what happened there.
Ayun. That's what he was saying. Nauna yung siko ni Michael Mabulak.
At alam naman natin, kadalasan ang bawi yung nakikita ng ating mga referees. We didn't really see what Michael Mabulak did there, but it was very clear that Nopov struck with that forearm to the back of Michael Mabulak. So let's see if our referees, how our referees will decide against this.
Physicality, though, hasn't been short in this matchup, which I'm sure a lot of people are enjoying. From North Division to the South Division to our fans. Ayun, there you go. Yan yung bawi off of the initial hit by Mabulak. Obviously, the Nova Ecijanos will only react to Nopov's forearm.
There was an elbow with the right arm para kay Michael Mabulak. Hindi lang masyado nakita ng camera because it was really very hidden.
So the referees have made their decision. They have proceeded to Richard Campos. Let's listen in to him right now.
Foul on number 10, Adrian Nocum. That's his first. Third team foul. The ball stays with Nueva Ecija Rise Vanguards.
It's a foul on Nocum. Nothing else.
Wow, he's very lucky. Especially in a game like this, I would think that our referees might be calling unspos to try and prevent maybe a big physical altercation from happening here in this game, but it seems they're going to be lenient and just give a personal foul against Nocum on that forearm to the back.
Baseline. Here's Byron Villarias. A chance for Nueva Ecija to grab the lead. 9 on the shot clock. There's the kick. Collado. One more pass. That's a steal. Double team at the backcourt. That's a foul. That should have been easy for our referee to call.
Number 27, Chris Piton is third team foul.
So Chris Piton, who did not complain anymore about it. 80 all, 5 minutes to go. The winner might just be the number 2 seeded team in the North Division. Villapando, nice pass to Nocum, who got fouled. So that's 2 free throws for Adrian.
Once again, perfectly timed cut by Adrian Nocum. See, this is why you would love to have a guy like him on your team. He doesn't need the basketball in his hands. Very intelligent, knows where to be on the floor at certain times of the ball game, and will definitely give you a lot of energy and effort.
He's been fouled 8 times already in this game, but his free throw shooting is only 5 out of 11 off of that miss.
And in tough situations or tough games like this, you'd look on the box score, you'd see the stat sheet, and you'd check your free throw shooting, and you could only wish that you should have made all of those charities, or at least majority of them, missing just only 1 or 2. This one, Adrian Nocum, 5 out of 11, well, 6 out of 12 now, but that is still a big number, 50%.
So San Juan regains the lead here, 81-80, 4 minutes and 44. Chris Biton, Jay Collado up top, 3-pointer, bombs away. Ten points now in this game for Jay Collado. There's the answer to no avail for Villapando. 83-81. Boy, we have seen a ton of teams fall victim to that 3-pointer by Collado already in this Coliseum. Now a traveling violation is called on Biton.
But Chris not really exactly sure what he was going to do on that play. He just had one thing in mind, and that was to attack the paint. This was the good setup. You see there Mpbl in the middle of your screens, preventing the inside man from trying to go out and help.
Panganiban, the spin and the feed. Nice pass to Kalisan.
And that's why this game's been so entertaining, because it's not only one guy, it's one team really moving the rock and finding what the best possible option for everybody is.
Under 4 minutes, 83 all. Feed inside, Mpbl. 2 free throws. They're still tangled up here, and Kalisan was hit. We're gonna have to see the replay on that one. Rudy Distrito is at the center of the court. Great job by the marshals and the referees to contain this. Obviously, this has been a highly emotional and physical game.
I'm not so sure about the reaction. There definitely was a hit. Let's see there. They get it tangled, Kalisan and Mpbl. There you go. Kalisan having his arm on Michael Mpbl, and then I think it was Wico who came in.
That's why Wico was laughing at Kalisan, and he was calling for a flop. This should be a better angle. Watch out for Michael Wico. These two got locked in. There's Wico. Yeah, not really much there.
Yeah, I think at most this might be a double technical.
Well, what a way to spice things up in this already interesting game in Nueva Ecija.
Yeah, just when you thought that we were about to wind down, 3 minutes and 42. More action from these squads.
Wico is still trying to say some words. He has to be careful here. And again, these types of moments, they have fired up Nueva Ecija before in this venue.
That's right.
Bacoor is very familiar with that, by the way. Speaking of Bacoor, Boss Dennis Abella and Mayor Strike Revilla are watching right now. Good evening po sa inyo.
I'm sure they're very curious on who will win this game.
Same goes for us, by the way. Same goes for Billy Ray Robles, who's also watching. And I'm sure other contenders like Makati, they're tuned in. Medyo scouting din ang nagaganap, syempre, para sa ating mga playoff teams. Especially those in the north.
I can't believe we're already down to our last few games of the regular season. All those months went away so fast.
Yeah. But then again, Emer Oreta reserved the best games till the very end.
Yeah, props to Boss Emer for being able to really fix the schedule that way. It's been a treat for all of the fans.
So, Referee Estroga is now with Richard Tampos to clear things up. This might just be the game changer. This call right here. With 3 minutes and 42, we're tied at 83.
I'm guessing it will be a double foul on Mabulak and Calisan, and then maybe
number
a warning
24,
on
Dico
Nico and
Panganiban. That's his
Calisan
first.
as well.
It's a double foul between number 2, Mike Calisan, and number 28, Michael Mabulak. Fourth foul of Mike Calisan. Third foul of Michael Mabulak. Mandatory substitution for Mike Calisan.
No technical fouls, no unsportsmanlike fouls. We have a double one for Mabulak and Calisan and a personal on Nico Panganiban. We just want you guys to hear the reaction of the Novo Ezijanos.
I've seen this movie before.
It's one of the beauties of the Mpbl. Home court advantage at its finest. And there's actually a kid near the LED screen who's trying to hype things up for the crowd.
Maybe award Best Actor right there to Michael Calisan with matching movement of the legs right after he fell.
By the way, because of that, Michael Calisan had to be subbed out. And that was mandatory. He can't be subbed out. He's not going out.
Yeah, he has to be subbed out because he was on the floor for a while. And when you're down for that period of time, you have to be subbed out. You could go back into the game, but yung sub mo muna ang magte-take ng time before the next dead ball. That's when you can come in.
I got an interesting message from Eman Calo, who's very familiar with these types of instances. He obviously agrees to the referees. At dahil dyan,
talaga, Eman, agree ka?
we do want to give shoutouts to Santos, Bringas, Agubida, Arana, and Shiba, mga kasama ni Ginoong Calo. Mga Makati Kings, who obviously have so much to do as well with these teams of San Juan and Nueva Ecija. Makati, by the way, defeated Pampanga, Nueva Ecija, and San Juan. The better teams that they're facing in the North Division. 84-83 now. 3 minutes and 35. Adrian Nocum. Mismatch against Will Macaloni. Nocum on the drive. Adrian, kick out. Wamar for three. In and out. Three minutes and 20. Nueva Ecija up by 1. Again, this game might just determine the number 2 seeded team in the North Division. Will Macaloni against Kevin Villafranca. Mamar went down. No foul call. Macaloni double teamed. He was blocked. And that's a shot block violation.
That is the way that you want to hold your ground if you're San Juan. Will Macaloni there on the post. That's familiar territory for him. Would have loved to really attack, but he was met by a double team. And Kenneth Villapando once again proving his worth in this game para sa Knights. He hasn't been scoring a lot of points, but the mere presence, his energy, his effort, his length on the defensive end has proven to be very valuable for San Juan in this game.
By the way, Michael Calisan just subbed back in for San Juan. The reason for the roar of the Nova Ecijanos. 84-83 under 3 minutes remaining. This is the home record of Nueva Ecija in this season. That was a comeback win, by the way, against Bataan. A crucial and close win against Iloilo. That game versus Bacoor was highly anticipated, and then that win versus Pasig, what an escape that was. That was during the struggle of Nueva Ecija. At some point, they had back-to-back losses, right?
That's correct.
This season. That was their bounce-back win.
3 of those 4 home games were come from behind victories. It was only that game against Bacoor where they really led from start to finish.
Tough pass. Panganiban taking his time. Matched up against Will Macaloni. 11 on the shot clock. Nico fires. Too strong. Great tap. One more chance for San Juan. Wamar operating up top. Off of the switch. Now against Villarias. Another three-pointer. Wow! What a shot by the three-point king of the Mpbl.
And he just skips back into the front court of Nueva Ecija to celebrate. Orlan Wamar proving to be Mr. Big Time once again.
86-84, Michael Wico. 9 on the shot clock against Nico Panganiban. Wico escapes. No basket. Rebound Panganiban. He needs a teammate.
Yeah, that's a rush possession for Nueva Ecija.
Kabila tayo. Nokum from the corner. What a big-time three-pointer from Adrian Nokum.
This San Juan team, oh my goodness. Yes, guys, this is really happening. Nueva Ecija playing without any injuries. Obviously, there are players on the inactive list. Jonathan Oiloan is out for today, I think due to load management. But on the other side, a lot of injuries para sa San Juan, especially in their front court, and yet they've been able to make it work. Back-to-back three-pointers from Orlan Omar and Adrian Nokum to give this Knights team a 5-point lead heading into this timeout.
Senator Jingo Estrada is very happy at the sideline. 89-84 in favor of San Juan. Here's our history. Last year in the North Division Finals, San Juan defeated Nueva Ecija here in Palayan City in Game 1. They almost won in Game 2. If it wasn't for Shaq Paganas, then in Game 3, Nueva Ecija took care of their home court.
And that's why everybody has been somewhat surprised with the way the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards have come after losses this season, because last year after losses they proved to be once again that dominant team that they were en route to the championship, but it's a different story this year.
89-84, Collado, this is a big one. Yes, sir! The lead is down to 2 points, 89-87.
JJ Collado, time and time again, has hit clutch shots for Nueva Ecija. He has not been afraid of the big moments, and once again he delivers on that time.
A minute and 45 to go. Villapando. They go to Nokum up top. 13 on the shot clock. Adrian Nokum off to the left. Rebound Macaloni.
Not really the wisest of decisions right there for Adrian Nokum. Might have decided that it was supposed to be a heat check, but you're up by 3 points. Not really a need to rush another shot.
7 on the shot clock. Pomboy leans in, and that's good. We are tied at 89.
Less than a minute after those 2 straight three-pointers, a 5-0 run by the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Collado knocking down a 3, and this move by Pamboy Raimundo in the lane.
We bring in the 7th move of the game in partnership with OK Bet. Together, we win. Just like that, our defending champions are back in this game. Tied at 89 with a minute and 15 remaining.
Yeah, San Juan, they were trying to trap pick and rolls here in the 4th quarter, especially when Pamboy Raimundo was the one handling the basketball. But then right there, Pamboy was able to turn the corner, free himself up from the trap, get into the shaded area, and that floater has been working for him in this game.
16 deadlocks, 14 lead changes, 89 all, and we have 1 timeout remaining for each of our coaches. Let's see what answer San Juan can have.
It's been a crazy game here, Migs, and you still do love the energy that you get from the crowd here in Palayan City. Obviously, still very much behind their squad as you look at that. 1 timeout each remaining for both teams, and we still have 1 minute and 15 to go.
San Juan is at 19-6. Nueva Ecija at 21-5, which only means this can tie things up eventually in the standings. And win over the other would be the difference, spelling home court advantage for the playoffs. This is the battle for the number 2 seed in the North. Kalisaan overshot that ball. And here's Will Macaloni. Now they go to Pamboy Raimundo. 1 minute to go. On the horns play. Raimundo goes left. Pamboy with 8 on the shot clock against Villapando. There's the drive. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Villarias fakes. There's the leaner. No foul. Rebound. No putback. Ball tapped away in favor of Nueva Ecija with 40 seconds to go.
Because we are already under the last 2 minutes, our referees have the option to review every out-of-bounds play just to be sure that they're going to be calling it right. And with the score tied right now, believe me, I'm sure both squads do want to make sure that the call is made in the right direction. I don't understand why San Juan had to be going for another 3-point shot. That was still early in the shot clock. A couple of passes in, Kalisaan right away deciding that he had to go for the outside shot.
And so it is going to be Nueva Ecija possession. Pamboy Raimundo taking this time to talk to his players, or his teammates at that. Let's see what happened in the previous sequence. The ball was off of Ken Villapando. He was the one who tapped it onto the sideline. So Wico will now inbound. Here's Will Macaloni up top. Back to Michael Wico. 9 on the shot clock. Raimundo with a couple of fakes. Too strong on the shot. Collado. Still no good on the putback. The pass. Byron for 3. Short. Loose ball. It ends up with Wico. 18 seconds to go. Pamboy with a leaner. No good. Rebound Kalisaan. Boy, look at the chaos on the court. The effort being shown to us by all of the players.
Oh my goodness, Migs. This is Mpbl basketball at its finest.
9.3 seconds remaining. The initial ruling was a jump ball. And possession arrow points San Juan's way.
Just no team. They're both are refusing to give an inch here, Migs. You see everybody really trying to dive for that basketball on the floor. JJ Collado is trying to keep it in his hands, but a jump ball resulting in a San Juan basketball. 9.3 seconds. San Juan has resorted to the 3-point shot in their last 2 offensive sets. They don't need to go for that outside shot. All they need is a decent look, whether it's a 3 or it's a 2. Past 2 possessions, they went for the outside shot, as I mentioned, but there were better options in that. Let's see what happened. That was the previous sequence. Look at that. A lot of blue shirts and white shirts just really trying to get that rock.
Coach Jerson Cabildes was asking for a challenge already.
I don't think he can challenge a jump ball because that's pretty straightforward.
So it is going to be San Juan possession here. This is their timeout being used, the last of which for Coach Randy Alcantara. At may isa na lang si Coach Gerson Cabiltes. We're tied at 89 with 9.3 seconds to go. And will Coach Gerson use up his last timeout? Is that the case here? Oh no, that's not the case. That's the buzzer to call everybody out of their huddles. So it looks like AC Soberano will be checking in for San Juan to join Orlan Wamar, Adrian Nocom, Michael Calisaan, and also Nico Panganiban. Playing defense are Pamboy Raimundo, Renz Palma, Michael Huico, Michael Mabulak, and Byron Villarias. Sideline inbound for Nico Panganiban. 9.3 seconds remaining. Here's Orlan Wamar. Down to 5 seconds. Where will San Juan go? Orlan's in trouble. He will drive. Wamar, no good. And we are going to overtime.
Did you expect anything less? I mean, both of these teams just really battling it out. And we need 5 minutes more. Makes epic battle between two title contenders, one of which our defending champions.
Well, folks, it's been a beautiful game. High quality is what we have been seeing from both squads. Obviously, Orlan Wamar would have wished for something better in that last possession. And then again, if you're enjoying this matchup, well, we have 5 more minutes to go after regulation. 89 all. The San Juan Knights are actually on their way to winning this basketball game after getting back-to-back threes from Orlan Wamar and Adrian Nocom respectively. Unfortunately, after the timeout of Nueva Ecija, they gave San Juan a 5-0 run, which ultimately tied the game up 89 all. And that led us to this overtime between two of the top 3 teams in the North Division.
Yeah, they were down by 1 before those 2 straight 3-point shots. Momentum was already on their side. All they had to do was make stops. Unfortunately, Jay Collado and the rest of Nueva Ecija, Pamboy Raimundo, they had other plans. They did not want to surrender another loss here on their home floor. Hence, the extra period that we're about to begin right now.
All right, so folks, thank you for joining us. This is Mix Gomez alongside Javi Palanya and Mika Abisamis for Nueva Ecija versus San Juan. The battle that might determine the number 2 seeded team in the North Division, which will only mean home court advantage come the second round of the playoffs, should they advance. That's a turnover. We go back with San Juan here. Calisaan with a jumper. That's short, an air ball from Michael.
Calisaan has not been making good decisions in the past few offensive sets para dito sa San Juan. I don't understand why you have to go for a shot, especially when there's someone in front of you.
4 minutes and 20. Still tied at 89. Pamboy Raimundo off of the switch. Michael Huico will fire. His 3-pointer is no good. And here comes San Juan. Wamar just recovered in time to get that ball. There was a foul inside, as Calisaan was going up for a shot.
Well, that is where the strength of Michael Calisaan lies, operating inside the shaded area. That time, it was a good time cut on the secondary break. Not quite too sure about the call, though. I thought it was all ball coming from Byron Villarias. Let's look at it from a closer angle.
There you go. That's why Pamboy Raimundo, Michael Wico, and Byron Villarias were all asking Coach Gerson to challenge that call. They actually get it. Are they going to challenge here? Coach Gerson was furious after talking to the referee. I wonder what happened there.
I think he was trying to tell our officials that right after the whistle was called, he was already motioning for that challenge to be made. At di yata nakita ng ating officials agad. So let's see what they decide here. This is going to be very crucial.
We've had a couple of moments like this already in this game with physicality moments, some calls, some delays, but obviously they've just added to the emotions of this matchup and just how exciting it has been. Mukhang wala, no?
I don't see the yellow beam being turned on just yet. You see there Coach Noy Catalan still trying to argue, but it looks like itutuloy nila itong 2 free throws. Once again, we're going to go back and consult the technical committee again.
Referees are trying to sort this one out with 4 minutes and 5 remaining. 89 all. Calisan is already looking to shoot free throws. The free throw shooting has been an issue in this game for San Juan. They are at 18 out of 28, 64%. Nocom himself missed half of those.
That's correct.
Misses in total.
It's a pity because they've been able to get good whistles from inside on their drives to the basket. Guys like Villapando, you mentioned Docum, even Nico Panganiban.
So it is a foul, no challenge here. The foul is on Byron Villarias. 2 free throws for Michael Calisan as Will Macaloni just urged the crowd to distract Mr. Calisan. First one is good. 11 points and 6 boards now for the veteran in this matchup.
Calisan, at one point of the season, was the leading scorer for the San Juan Knights. Has gone in and out of the lineup because of injury since then. Definitely right now, he wants to be able to prove that he can still contribute significantly para sa kanila.
Nice defensive sequence by Orlan Omar, who after he got the steal, he bounced off that ball off of Pamboy Raimundo.
And that is leading by example. Imagine your best player doing those kinds of stuff in the backcourt. Something that he doesn't really need to do. He might want to conserve his energy, but he's trying to give his all right here to try and give his Knights a win.
Nice pass. Orlan Momar onto Villapando. No good on the layup for Ken, and then Orlan stepped out of bounds on the offensive rebound.
He wasn't established yet when he came from the baseline. Hadn't had his 2 feet inside the hardwood. And that was a good call by our officials.
91-89. Roy Sumang is back in this game. Sumang goes right. There's the bounce to Will Macanoni. Nice feed by Roy Sumang.
Been a while since we've seen Roy Sumang in this game. Didn't see a lot of him in the 4th quarter. In fact, this is the first time he's coming in. And right away, getting a dime to Will Macanoni on the 2-man game.
16 points now with 11 boards for Macanoni. 3-pointer, that's no good. Offensive rebound and the putback for Adrian Nocom. 17 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists for Adrian Nocom.
Imagine once that guy is able to sharpen his touch from the outside, how dangerous of a scorer he will be.
On the other end, there was a foul called on the drive of Roy Sumang. He himself is an all-star in this season. Time and time again, he has delivered for his respective teams in terms of scoring. We saw his adjustment at the start of this ball game. He passed the ball a lot more. Then again, it's different Now in the clutch for Roy Sumang. First free throw is good.
Mix, I just got word from Kuya Joe Magno, our statistician. Today, September 21, is our 21st overtime this season.
And how many of those overtime games have you covered, Mr. Javi Palanya?
I could not count anymore.
It's been that interesting of a season here in the MPBL. And you can't even choose an absolute favorite to win the title.
Oh yeah, that is definitely true.
93 all is the score as Mabulak checks back in for Jay Collado. We have 3 minutes to go in overtime. Back to square one. Ken Villapando. He has been outstanding in this matchup. Villapando drives and kicks. Nice anticipation and the steal by Roy Sumang. Here's Super Sumang. Back at it again. Up top, Mabulak. Back to Roy. 13 on the shot clock. 2 minutes and 37. Macaloni. Almost a walk. Couple of taps. 5 on the shot clock. Wico. Short. Mabulak. Still no good. Macaloni. What an effort by Nueva Ecija.
Will Macaloni, just waiting there inside the shaded area for the ball to come to him. Wico still had lots of time on the clock when he went up for the three-point shot. He's lucky that it was Mabulak and Will who were parading the shaded area.
7 on the shot clock for Villapando. He was fouled, so that will mean free throws for Ken. All important free throws for the youngster now.
What about Ken Villapando? Here was the three-point shot I was saying. And then Mabulak got the first offensive rebound, got the tap to Will Macaloni. Even if there were 3 white shirts already there, because of the sheer height of those two players, they just tapped it over their heads.
Villapando in this game has 4 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. Again, his overall effectivity could not be seen on the stat sheet. But he just missed his first free throw. And again, free throw shooting has been an issue all night long for San Juan. 20 out of 31 now are the Knights. Make that 21 out of 32. We're down to the last 2 minutes of overtime. 95 to 94. Nueva Ecija up by 1. Roy Sumang using a couple of screens. He loses his defender. Nice pass to Michael Wico.
You just love it when Super Sumang commands the basketball in the end game. Moments like this, his shiftiness, you saw how he was able to elude defenders. Everybody just going to him and trying to stop his attack to the basket, but getting it to Michael Wico for the 2 points.
97-94, Villapando. There's the handoff to Orlan. Omar zigzagging, step back 3, no good. Rebound Byron. Under 90 seconds in overtime. We're back with Roy Sumang. Nueva Ecija up by 3, and that's a foul. 2 free throws for Super Sumang.
And this is the part where Nueva Ecija has missed Hesed Gabo a lot. Who was gonna take over that spot what Hesed Gabo vacated for Nueva Ecija in terms of closing out games? It doesn't mean scoring. It just means someone who's going to be able to demand the basketball and decide what happens on your plays. And Roy Sumang is definitely a very capable guy to take over that role para kay Hesed Gabo.
Sumang goes back to the stripe. In his limited minutes of play, he has been highly effective for Nueva Ecija. Couple of assists. That's 4 dimes with his 4 points so far. There's Cesar Boncuevas. Looking a bit unfazed. Coach Gerson Cabiltes, obviously with a lot of pressure on his shoulders. It's been a very challenging season for Nueva Ecija. 97-94. Free throw number 2 for Super Sumang. That's short, but he got his own board. Sumang in trouble, and there's the recovery. Shot clock is at 9. Sumang lost the ball. Fast break opportunity. Kalisaan for 2.
Oh, wow. This is reminiscent of what happened against Zamboanga. Sumang also missed 2 free throws towards the latter part of that game that cost them a big part of the match.
97-96, Mabula could not convert. Golden opportunity here for San Juan. Wamar on the run. Wamar, no foul. And no putback as well for Kalisaan. We go back with Roy Sumang. Sumang, the feed. Palma, sorry miss. Oh, that's out of bounds. Wonder what happened there.
Mabulak was trying to save it, and what he did was he tried to bounce it off. Was that Marvin Taiwan or Orlan Omar? Oh, it looked to be Michael Kalisaan.
I saw a referee signal a T. But obviously, we're going to have to take another look at that.
Here you see the 2 big men trying to battle for that board. Oh, there it was.
Oh, there you
Taiwan.
go. That's why there could be a technical foul. Because you can't bounce it off of anybody's head.
That's correct.
Usually, sasadyain mo talaga yan sa lower body, di ba? Kung saan hindi masakit.
This could be crucial because if the technical is awarded, a free throw could tie this ball game para sa San Juan.
And it was also out of bounds, right? In favor of San Juan.
Correct.
Boy, do we have another moment for everybody to try to calm down. Obviously, it's better said than done. And folks, I hope that you are enjoying your action with 35 seconds remaining in overtime. The referees are looking at the previous play once more, just to be sure. And again, folks, the stakes of this matchup. Nueva Ecija is number 2, San Juan is number 3 in the north. Whoever wins this might just have home court advantage in the second round of the North Division playoffs. Now we will hear from Richard Tampos. Referee Benjo Estroga hearing things
It's
up.
a technical foul on Nueva Ecija Rise Vanguards number 28. Michael Mabula for throwing the ball to his opponent above the shoulder. Michael Mabula, 5 fouls.
Will Magaloni for Michael Mabula.
So Mabulak will foul out because of that tech. And obviously that's warranted. You can't throw the ball on the head of your opponent.
There you see. So it's going to be a free throw for Taiwan, who can tie this game.
And then ball possession for San Juan. Marwin, by the way, it's been a while since we have seen him. So he still might be called off the bench. Here he is, the X Factor for the San Juan Knights. He will tie the ball game up 97 all with 35 seconds to go in overtime. And it will be San Juan possession, but they will have to inbound full court. San Juan has Orlan Momar, Marwin Taiwan, Adrian Nocum, AC Soberano, and Michael Kalisaan on the court. Playing defense are Renz Palma, Byron Villarias, Roy Sumang, Michael Wico, and Will Macanoni. 10-second differential, tied at 97. Here's Marwin Taiwan, screen up top. Marwin escapes. There's the cross. Taiwan with a layup. No basket. Battle for the loose ball, and it ends up with Nueva Ecija. 15 seconds to go. Roy Sumang will try to go for the win here. Down to 5 seconds. Sumang on the attack. Sumang with the feed. Nice pass to Will Macaloni.
Super Sumang. His entry here in overtime has completely changed the fortunes of the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Made a play earlier, a couple actually, to get them the lead. And now, after that deadlock at 97 apiece here, time winding down, tried to go for a shot. Nocum was right in his grill. Well-timed drop pass underneath to Will Macaloni, who was without a defender under the basket.
For a guy who was asked to pass the ball a lot more in this game, he has certainly stepped up. That was assist number 5 for Roy Sumang, finding his fellow All-Star, Will Macaloni. And more importantly, we only have 1.6 remaining on the clock. San Juan still has a chance here. It's not over yet. Sorry, there was actually a change on the time. We have 0.7 remaining.
This is far from over. This is a decent amount of time for a catch-and-shoot situation. Nueva Ecija will have to do a choking ball denial on all options here.
Bobby Balucanag will be checking in for Renz Palma. 99-97. We have 7/10 of a second remaining. Nico Panganiban will inbound from the sideline. He has Villapando, Nocum, Mamar, and Kalisaan working with him. Here's Nico. There's the pass. Orlan for the win! And that's it. Nueva Ecija will survive on its home court. What a thrilling victory that was in overtime.
Classic ball game, makes perhaps one of the best matchups we've seen so far this year, coming from two title contenders from the Northern Division, San Juan and Nueva Ecija. Absolute treat for all of us Mpbl fans here in the Philippines, around the globe, wherever you guys have been watching, even here in the venue. I'm sure you all enjoyed this classic matchup.
Then again, folks, because of this victory of Nueva Ecija, they will move on to 22 wins and 5 losses, and San Juan will go down to 19 wins and 7 defeats. So this might just be the clincher for Nueva Ecija to secure that number 2 seed in the North Division, which may be the difference because of home court advantage in the second round of the playoffs. Michael Vico led the way for the Rice Vanguards as he also approaches his celebration of his birthday. So advance happy birthday to Michael Vico. Big shout out as well to guys like Roy Sumang, Will Macaloni, Jay Collado, who performed very well for the home squad. Now Michael Vico is with Mika Abesamis.
I am here with Michael Vico and the complete Vico family. Mike, maraming gumawa, maraming emosyon, pero yung puso mo talaga sa laro, laging lamang yun eh, pag may mga laro tayo, ano. At hindi mo binigo yung mga Novo Ecijano sa pangako mo sa kanila kanina.
Siguro yun lang yung ma-offer sa team, yung puso ko talaga. So, papasalamat talaga ako sa Nueva Ecija nyo. Thank you.
I understand. Michael Vico is very emotional right now. Meron ka ba, Mike, mga gustong batiin at pasalamatan?
Unang-una, binabati ko yung asawa ko, tatay ko, yung kuya ko si Mark, si Mpbl. Happy birthday kay Ram, Baluyot, kay Rainiel, get well soon. Lolo't lola ko, yung biyanang ko, tsaka yung mga taga San Nicolas, San Fernando, Pampanga, binabati ko. Yun lang. Tsaka yung palang anak kong pangalay, si Franz. Nasa bahay. Thank you.
Maraming salamat, Michael Vico. This play of the game is brought to you by OKBet, the official partner of the Mpbl. With OKBet, together we win. Migs, Javi.
Wow, what a day it has been for us, Mika. Thank you so much. Job well done for you as well. And I hope the tears of Michael Vico will explain it enough just how important this victory was for Nueva Ecija. Tomorrow from Nueva Ecija, we will proceed to Marikina for Manila versus Laguna, Bacoor versus Bataan, and the Shoemasters defending their home court against the Quezon Huskers. Thank you so much for joining us, folks. What a ride it has been here inside the Nueva Ecija Coliseum. For Mika Abesamis and Javi Palanya, My name is Mix Gomez at ito po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.